Somebody outside?
I don't think so.
Let me get a little closer to the microphone so when they.
Why you so high
I
up?
want to create. Yeah, you can let your
Cause
seat
cause I'm
down.
above all y'all. That's why.
That's true. um. All right. So I want to talk about forgiveness.
Dang, I was talking about that today in therapy.
Grace.
Forgiveness. What does forgiveness mean? Do it mean to like um kind of forget about, say all is good with what whoever did whatever you forgive them for?
I don't think it means to forget.
I don't think it means to forget. I think it means
To
to
let
just
it
look
go.
past. Yeah, to look past. Let it go. To look past that. It's like you gotta let it go. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you still gonna deal with this person, then you understand that okay, this person is the type of person that would do something like that because they have, you know what I'm saying. So you just carry it. That's how I do it. I just carry it like okay, well this
Is that forgiving them though?
What you mean?
So say I'm your friend and I came over your house and shit was really fucked up at home. So I stole some money from you.
Yeah.
And in my brain, I know I'm gonna pay you back when I get good.
Right.
So now I'm a thief. If you forgive me, you know that I'll do that again.
I know you the type of person that'll steal some money from me when shit get bad.
Yeah.
For you.
I mean, you would be it wouldn't be real for you
But
not
what if
to
I
know
wouldn't
that.
do that again? Because we had I gave you your money back. You found out we had a big
They couldn't
blowout.
they couldn't put
and
it
then
past you.
and then I said, and then you say, bruh, if you need it, you just ask me. And I'm like, okay, for now, I'm gonna ask you. In your head, I'm still gonna just steal it from you.
I mean, until I see that.
What about something that's not so extreme? What about like doing something but it was on an accident? Like what about if somebody like let your house catch on fire or wrecking your car or doing some shit that they really didn't mean to do, but it still put you in a bad position because of whatever they did?
I wouldn't need to forgive them because
Do you forgive somebody for that?
I wouldn't need to forgive them because I wouldn't be mad at them.
Is that a situation where forgiveness happens if I look past it?
Yes, an accident.
I don't think you need to forgive them for that unless you think they wronged you. It's like you only need forgiveness.
If they don't make it right, if they don't get you another car, are they wrong then?
What if they can't afford to get you another car?
I've had that. I've been in that situation.
What if they can't afford it to get you another car? And it literally was an accident. Why can't you just use your insurance?
You don't got insurance. You can't get another car unless they get it for you.
Well, what if they don't got the money to get it for you?
All right. So is this a situation where you forgive them?
I would forgive. I wouldn't need to forgive them because
I guess it would.
It's forgiveness required in this situation.
I guess it all depends on the attitude of the person. You know what I'm saying? Because if they have a humble attitude, like they are sorry, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying, they're trying to do stuff that they can do what they can to make it right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though they can't pay for it, but they can do what they can. And you know what I'm saying? Then yeah, that person wants forgiveness.
What if somebody runs into you? It was like, dang, my bad.
Then I'm gonna holler at their insurance.
No, like walking down the hallway.
Oh.
Their body runs into your body.
Okay.
And you fall, and they be like, man, my bad. They help you up. Do they need forgiveness?
Do they need forgiveness? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But are you mad about that?
Nah.
So why are you forgiving them? What are you forgiving them?
When a situation where somebody gets put at a lesser
to me, if it's
type advantage, or you lose, or it's negative in that eyesight.
Just because you lose does not mean
it does that require forgiveness.
Go to the situation, because in that situation, I guess it's the time, because it wouldn't take me long to forgive that person in that situation.
Right.
It'd probably take me longer to forgive a person in a situation to where
It depends on the accident.
But let's say
But
that
it's an accident.
Yeah, let's
Right.
say if somebody bumps
What's
into you, if somebody, what she's saying is like somebody
An
knocks you
accident is an
over,
accident. to
Right.
me.
and then they say,
Whether they hit
and
your
they say,
car,
Right.
is it okay
But it's
for
just an
somebody to
impact.
tell you they forgive you without you even offering an apology?
if that's what they need, but they're trying to be funny. So to me, they're not trying to. To me, when somebody says, "I forgive you," and I'm like, "For what?" and they say something that I don't think I need, like, "Why are you forgiving me?" You
Mhm.
No, I forgive you, because in my head I would be like, "What you on?" I would ask them that, like, "What you on?
hmm
Are you trying to suppose to heal? Because if you are, this is fake. Because that's not how you heal, by making up
If
shit."
somebody brings an issue to you, right, and then they are letting you know that they think that you did them wrong, but you see it completely opposite and don't think you did them wrong at all. But the person has communicated with you and they say, you know what, bro, I ain't gonna even lie, I forgive you. I'm done with it. I forgive you. Do you say, nah, don't forgive me. I didn't do anything wrong.
No, I would. I feel like the conversation would go differently. I feel like they would say, "You did me wrong," and I would say, "I didn't see it that way. Let me hear from your perspective. Tell me why."
And they just say the dumbest shit. And then
I would
that you
honor
just
that
can't
dumb
even
shit.
agree. You
I would-
honor it.
Because for me,
So you apologize at that point. You say, oh, I'm sorry.
I would apologize because it's not that serious to me. If I'm looking at the situation, if I'm upset also, then I may not. But
What
there's
about-
a lot of things wouldn't make me that upset for me not to honor your feelings, because I would just be
But
like,
what
if that
about if
happened, get
somebody
over it.
was like literally accusing you of just some bullshit?
Like what?
Just saying like
Like I
you
lied
tried to like cut me off, or I don't know what it might be, but like somebody is like getting mad at you for some shit that they just like done concocted in their mind, and you wasn't intended on it to be like that at all.
It doesn't matter though, because that's how they perceived it.
They did perceive it like that, but if they say, I don't know, man, because what about if a white person makes a comment about a black person, and the white person is just strictly observing this thing, but then the black person say, you know what, we talk about this like you are racist, that was so racist, and the white person like, nah, I wasn't racist, and they like, yeah, you was racist. Should the white person then say, you know what, I'm sorry
Yeah.
for being racist?
No,
I'm sorry for being racist?
No, I would. First of all, you can't tell somebody how to apologize, but I would say I do think that person should apologize.
But
Because of how you're making somebody feel. It doesn't matter what you think. Your words made that happen.
So
it don't
if
matter.
somebody called you racist, and you felt like you wasn't being racist, you would apologize.
Yeah, I would. If I could see they were hurt. If it's some little game
then
playing
I'm
or
sure
power,
there's a more
or
extreme situation
or
where
some
you would
power-
not apologize for some bullshit somebody just said you did out of their own mind. Like, what about if they're delusional? Would you still apologize for somebody else's delusion? What about if they?
Ooh, like, well, what if it was an extreme situation?
Okay,
like,
so listen,
like you
unless
killed
I'm
somebody.
unless my apology is going to
Be an admission of guilt.
be an admission of guilt, and that guilt is going to cause me harm in some way besides my hurt feelings.
I'm
Harm
still
in some
saying
way, like
apology is an
monetary,
admission of
losing my
guilt,
job.
kinda.
It doesn't matter. I'll just admit I'm guilt to make you feel better.
But
If it
that's
doesn't,
not real though. You cannot
I
admit to
am.
being
No.
guilty for
Hold on
something
for a
you didn't
second.
do based on somebody's
I'm not.
delusion.
For me, I'm not
Wait.
apologizing for. I'm apologizing because I had how I made this person feel.
Well, would you say, well, I apologize?
No, you
feel
can't
that
tell
way?
me how to apologize. No, I wouldn't.
But if
That's
they
being
say no, it's
condescending.
not about how you
That's
made me
being
feel.
condescending?
To me, it is.
Listen,
So,
no.
because if you didn't do it, if you didn't feel like you did, you wouldn't say, well, I apologize. You feel that way?
I would. So my apology would
Yeah,
be
that's all the
vague.
apology they can get.
My
That's
apology
not
would
an
be
apology.
vague. My apology wouldn't be.
That's not an apology. That is an
No,
apology.
it's not.
Because that's the only reason why you apologizing is because of
Okay,
their-
so listen.
their feelings.
What it really means is what you're saying, but the connotative meaning that most of the world have are here in the United States. I know when people say that they're being funny and not really.
Well, wait a minute.
Apologizing.
Your apology would not be sincere.
Mine would. Because I
You
was
wouldn't be apologizing
Hold
for
on,
what
listen.
they are accusing you of doing. You're just apologizing
so-
because
for.
they feel that
hold
way.
on,
Yeah,
hold on for
yeah,
a second.
Yeah, you
Somebody
gotta
is saying to me, I feel
Like you're
calling me
being
a liar, and I'm not a liar.
basically,
I don't care about somebody calling me a racist because that's so dumb.
right?
I will apologize for it because I can't be like, please. So anyway, if somebody is calling me a liar and I did not lie, and we're having this conversation, and they're like, you really hurt my feelings because you lied when you said and I say, well, I didn't feel like I lied. Tell me why you feel that way.
Mhm.
And they go down the whole path of why they feel that way. And they say, so I feel like you lied. I would say, well, I apologize. I'm apologizing
To just get rid of
because
this problem.
no, because I am sorry that they feel bad. They think I'm apologizing for being a liar.
So you wouldn't say I'm
I
sorry,
wouldn't say
you
I'm
feel bad.
sorry I
You just-
lied,
you just
or
say, "I
I'm sorry you
apologize."
feel
You just
that
say, "I
way.
apologize."
Yes, and it's up to our interpretation. And then if you come at me and say, tell me what you apologize for, I'm gonna say you're doing the most.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
doing all that. I apologize.
Because
And
they
you're not
get-
gonna call like you're
But
taking it
but
too
why
far
even
now.
apologize if they can like?
Because I
Because
really
it's
am
still
sorry.
like an
No, I
ongoing
really am.
debate. Like it should an apology should be like a resolution.
It is resolved. I'm
But
guaranteed
how,
they're gonna
if
say,
somebody accuses, so now when you apologize, if they don't forgive you, if they say no, you are a liar. You are a liar, and
So you're
to
lying about your
intentionally
apology.
lie, you can apologize for an accident, but not something you intended on doing. You're a liar.
So for me, there's
When you gonna
never
say-
been a person
right
in my life
to
to where I cared that much,
right.
whether they were my friend or not after this, right? Because you're not my friend if we do.
Yes.
Nobody that close to me has ever done something like that.
Right.
So if they're not that close to me,
Right.
I really don't care. Now, if
Right.
they are that close to me, I have to ask myself, is this going to ruin our friendship? And I would ask them that.
Mhm.
Like, if we don't agree, is this going to, like, fuck us up?
Right.
And if they say yes, then that tells me what kind of friend they are. Because nothing will ruin like, when you're a friend to me, you're damn near family.
Right.
So you got to do something super horrible for us not to be friends no more if I call you a friend.
Mm-hmm.
So if you was like, I'm cool, I'd be like, damn, I guess we weren't friends.
Right. I agree.
But I can't apologize. First of all, nobody's going to make me say the words they want me to say out of my mouth. Like, who are you? You're not the boss of me.
Right.
But second of all, if I say, I'm sorry, and they want to go into detail, then it's really, they're mad at me for something else. They have to be.
How many times, let me hear what you got to say with this one. How many times should you apologize for something if somebody doesn't accept your first apology? Should you continue to apologize for it? Or you said it once and...
I mean, I guess it all depends on who it is
Mm-hmm.
and how much that person means to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if that person don't mean shit to you, then why you even apologizing to him in the first place?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, it can be a courtesy. It can be like for certain things.
Or so you never felt like you said sorry and you shouldn't have to say it again?
yeah, I haven't felt like I haven't said it. But
So if you
I didn't say sorry more than once.
If you go so far as to apologize to somebody, you're willing to apologize to them again because
Yeah,
as much as needed.
yeah, I feel like that.
Yeah.
Not me.
You say it once and that's it?
No. I'm going to say it once and I'll probably say it twice.
Right.
And then we're gonna
if it
dig
comes
into
the
why
point
you
to
want.
where I have to keep
Yeah.
apologizing for the same thing. No, I'm not gonna. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna continue to
Sometimes
apologize
I think
for the same thing. Unless I
you
could
can't just get away with saying you apologize for something and then expect somebody to instantly forgive, depending on how tough.
Right, that's
See,
what
words-
type of a
words don't-
situation, like action, yeah,
Words
yeah.
really don't.
'Cause
when
you can
people,
just
if
say it.
anybody says words mean nothing to me, I don't mean it like that.
Right.
But like, I take them for face value. I'm
But the
like,
words you say mean everything. But the words you hear don't mean that much.
right? Like, I mean, like, I don't know, because I don't know what you just said. Break that down for me.
You see what I mean? Yeah. Like
Is that what
words
you, are you
mean.
asking her or are you saying that? Are you telling
No,
her that?
I'm telling her that.
Telling her that.
Yeah, because the words you hear from people, you don't know if they're real or not. You decide whether they're serious about what they do.
So, and it also depends on
But
how
hold
they're
on, let me
saying
finish
it.
the second part though.
Okay.
You see the action that they show in order to verify what they said was right. But with yourself, your word is enough. I mean, your actions do mean nah. You mean you show it and you do it. But when you say something, you know what I mean? You're like your word is bond.
I guess initially, what people say to me, your word is bond. Unless it's something somebody's saying to me because they've wronged me.
Right.
If you wronged me, whatever you say, I'm just kind of like taking with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
Once you start acting like that, or you have grace with me when it comes to forgiving you, like I know, I need to get over this. And you're having grace with me and not like you getting on my effing nerves, then that's showing me that you really are sorry or regretful or whatever word you use to try to repair the wrong you made to me. But everything else is, I take it for face value. Like if somebody says I love you or I missed you or hey, like this was my girl, like I take that for face value. Unless it's
It's
wrong.
levels to forgiveness.
For sure.
The most like what happens with with your children, what happens with like your family, like y'all can get into knockdown, drag out arguments, fights, everything, and then just completely forget all of that and operate as though it never happened.
Because did you even apologize? I don't even think my family.
You might not even apologize, but y'all just family and y'all just cool. And even if you might apologize, but
If
it's really
something
like
real.
all over with after a fight. Like kids get into fights and argue with each other and everything, and then they be tight.
So did you make your kids say sorry? Like when they like might have broke a
I
crayon.
can't.
I didn't. I hated when people used to make my kids say sorry. Like
I mean,
because
they get
why
into it so
are you making
much.
somebody say it when
They don't mean it.
at all? Like and then that's supposedly and then you try to tell that other kid they said sorry, so feel better. Like they just what do you like?
Right.
He said sorry, so
Right.
like I hate that kid.
Is
thing where
I'm
people-
sorry an apology?
Not to me, it's not. I mean, it is. It depends on how you say it and how you look and your body language. But whenever it's something
think
like that,
I'm sorry is a really it's a good thing. It can give you an opportunity to feel respected. When somebody tells you they apologize, you should at least take that as some token of
I think that's
respect.
the beginning of forgiveness.
Yeah,
Because
you
when
gotta
somebody
receive
says
that.
you're sorry, it's the starting point of this decision you made to forgive,
Right.
and then you start the process of forgiveness. But it can't start.
Forgiveness is for yourself though. Like when you forgive somebody, it like takes all of the anger and bullshit out of your way so you can keep going because the person you're mad at, they don't even know. They just living their life and
They might know.
doing-
Sometimes they do know.
sometimes
You
they
let
do
them
know.
know.
But if you let it linger for too long, there's instances in that day where you're mad at them and
They
they're
don't even. Yeah.
doing something else.
Like taking poison and hoping they die.
What?
Like taking poison and hoping that they die.
Hoping they die. You take the poison and hope they die. That's what being mad is.
Yeah.
You walking around like out of your hookup and this person is just so if you're not gonna do something to them, then
You might as well forgive them.
you might as well forgive them to the point where you just not looking for revenge against them.
So what if you do forgive them and they continue to do that behavior?
I mean, what kind? You
How
have
many
to you
times-
have to root them
How
out of
many
your
times
life.
do you think y'all do you think you should forgive somebody for the same action?
It depends on who they are.
I just feel like
I mean,
Yeah, I
with
just-
all things, it depends on who
it
they
depends on who they are, but
Not your children.
But that's what I'm
I
saying.
mean,
It's like
little kids.
are. Yeah,
it's like once a person do that and then they do it again,
it's
then
over.
it's like you know that, like I was saying, you know that okay that they should do that they go.
Is it levels to that?
It's on
Is it-
you. It's
Yeah,
on
It's
you.
on you because you.
It's
know
on you.
understand,
Once
like,
you
they're the
allow,
type
when
of
you
person
forgive somebody and they do it
that'll
to
do
you
that.
again, that second time,
It's
you
like-
gotta forgive them again because
You know what type of
yeah,
person
yeah,
they are.
yeah. You need to forgive yourself at that point because you have to forgive to say
Do
I'm
you
not gonna
continue
get
to allow them
revenge,
to be in your
but
life?
If
No.
you want them to,
yeah, you if you want them
Right.
to, but if
But you got to understand what type of person they are. You can't just turn a blind eye to this
Right.
person and they keep doing. You know what I'm saying? And say this is not. Oh, they won't do that to me again. Nah, you know that they will. So you treat them
Exactly.
like that they will. So if you want them in your life, you need to understand like they
Who they
will
are.
do that. Yeah, who they are. Like this is who this
right,
person
this
is.
is who you doing.
But
with.
you still love them if that's you know what I'm saying. You still.
When does it become self-sabotage?
I mean, sometimes you
We're doing
hope
things
that
to hurt
little
you.
shit don't happen anymore, like little arguments and blow ups. But
Isn't the purpose of an apology because you were hurt? Why else would you give an apology?
I mean,
If you didn't-
yeah, I guess you're right. You're right. But at the same time, it's like if they doing something like I don't know if they doing something to themselves and you like upset, you feel like oh you mad at and then they apologize. My bad. I ain't gonna do that. But if it's like you know what I'm saying, they doing it to themselves. And you just hurt because you don't want to see them in that.
No, they're doing something to you.
Can somebody apologize for something that they did on purpose?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because you could have just,
Because you might not
That
realize the
been-
effect that it had on the person you apologized to.
or you could have just been acting impulsive.
Yeah.
Or you could have been not right, your right mind.
Damn.
And it just depends on, again, their apology.
And it could have been like.
So if somebody
it could've
punches
been like
somebody in
chemical-
the face, can they say, "Man, I'm so sorry, bro. I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry." You punch him in the face and apologize to him for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because now it's like we
Ain't that
have
abuse?
chemical discharge in our brains that.
But if it ain't in you, how's it
Allows-
coming out of you?
what
You
you
been
mean?
wanting to punch me in my face.
No, what if I didn't even know you?
Then why you punching me in my face?
Right, because you probably said something to me that triggered me. You know what I'm saying? And if I got like something going on, chemical reactions, dopamine hits, and all of this stuff,
Yeah.
it's like,
Depending on the situation. I was
Yeah.
thinking, I mean, now if that happens, now if we get into an argument and then boom, somebody punches the other person, I can see somebody apologizing for that. But if I'm walking down the street and just randomly just hit somebody that's walking, and then I run for a minute and then I stop and say, "Hey man, hold on, I'm sorry, I'm sorry,
oh yeah,
I'm sorry,
nah,
I'm sorry."
no,
Huh?
that's not a sorry. That's not an apology. That's I got caught. I'm trying to get out of this.
How's he getting caught? Ain't no
No,
getting caught.
no,
They
no.
see you punching him in the face.
No,
Yeah,
he's
he
punch-
ran. And
No,
and
he's
he ran.
punching
He said he
punched-
stopped though. You didn't
just
catch me
But he stopped.
because
'Cause
he
he
was
got
thought
tired.
about
I
it.
wanted
No.
to be like, well,
He
look, he
thought about
punches
it.
him in the face and just doesn't run, and he just says, "Man, I'm sorry, about that,
Yeah.
sorry about that." Is that's
I
is
would
that
I'd be
valid?
like, damn.
Is that valid? Sorry about that. Pow, punch him.
I would say, why'd you hit
Sorry
me?
about that.
It
man.
depends on what comes
Right.
after that.
Yeah. Why'd you hit me?
Why'd you hit me? I don't
Why'd you
know.
do that? You like, I don't know what came over me. Then I would accept.
I mean,
your
but I
apology,
wouldn't.
that means
right,
something
because
going on
that-
in your brain.
Because at that point,
You could be bipolar.
with me, at that point, I would want to figure out, yeah, why did you hit me? If I made it to there, but knowing me,
Right,
I
you
probably
had
would
to
hit you
attack
back. Yeah, I probably
Yeah.
would react and just
I'm not gonna.
hit you back, and without asking any questions.
Right.
Because I feel like, hey,
Yeah, so
it's
it's-
something,
yeah,
it's
something
something. You hit
going
me
on.
for a reason. Like I got to defend myself now.
Yeah.
We're ready. It's go time. This is not a drill.
Have y'all ever been hit in the face? You ever been? You been hit in the face? I ain't never been hit.
Yeah.
Except with a
Been in
belt.
the face a few times. You see all these scars on my face?
Dang, I can't imagine getting hit in the face. That's scary.
I've been in some fights before.
Not me.
Yeah.
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 So what makes you want to fight again when you've been hit in the face? Like, wouldn't you want to avoid that kind of conflict after you've been hit in the face if it hurt?
Yeah. I think that you should want to avoid conflict in general, just on a regular
So what drives
basis.
you to fight again?
I mean, a situation that you're in.
Like you say, it's worth it?
When you kids, man, you fight a lot.
Yeah.
Like kids get into fights with their family, with their friends, with just in school.
School.
So it's fights that happen.
Y'all think
like,
boys fight more than girls?
Yes. Hey,
Because I don't see
probably
They
when
used
they
to.
little, when they young,
Yeah.
but when they get old, it's like even down there
yeah,
now.
I was about to say they
in the
used to.
club,
I
it seem
mean,
like
but
it's a lot
what I'm
more
saying
women
is
I
fighting.
think boys
women
shoot
fight,
more
but
than now.
they're not friends after.
Right. I don't think men be friends after they fight neither. Like, but when you kids, you
No, I
will.
mean like kid. What I'm saying, like let's
Oh,
say
if two girls-
between like 12 and 20, dudes could fight and they cool again.
Yeah, because sometimes they dudes know they be fighting over dumb shit.
Girls don't do that. If I don't like you and we got in a fight, it's over.
Like, cause 9 times
Like-
out of 10 though, when I was younger and I got into a fight and I was cool with somebody, it was probably somebody that was a real nigga. Like it was somebody I felt like this nigga was a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like we fought because we was two hard-headed ass niggas, and he stood his ground. Like, you know what I'm saying? I felt like he could be on my side. Yeah, he fought like a man. That's how I don't know something. You know what I'm saying? But we kids though. But I wouldn't like in there when I'm grown. Shit.
No, I'm just saying. I guess it's like sometimes I see fights or TV shows or whatever, and I'm just like, do people really fight like that over this dumb? Like, what if it hurts to get hit? What possesses you to fight over dumb stuff? Like, I've never been in a fight, and I don't want to get hit, and I don't fight over real stuff.
I got another topic that I think is kind of cool. What about in a relationship? Is there any such thing as privacy?
Yes.
Is a phone a private? I mean, we're talking a marriage here, a marriage or a serious committed relationship. Is there such thing as privacy? So
what is privacy like? You don't get to know something, or it's just I need my privacy for right now.
I think you can have privacy for right now, of course, like in the bathroom or just some time to yourself, you know.
Yeah.
But like, is there anything that the other person shouldn't really know about the person that they with? Hey, how much money they got? Do each person have like just pick up each other's phones and just
In the
use them at
ideal
will?
relationship, I'm gonna say there's no like privacy. I guess the only privacy would be in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got something in your mind that you just want to keep in your mind,
Right.
Keep that shit.
But
in
I
your
think
mind.
I think that when it comes to stuff
Mhm.
like a phone or like somebody might say that okay, like you guys use the stuff to shave your, and women might use it to shave their underarm. Like that's yours, or a phone might be yours, or this laptop might be your laptop. I think it should be privacy sometimes when it comes to that. I think that if you was just like, let me look something, like, I don't know, my phone was dead. And I was like, dang, man, my phone died in the car. I was trying to look up. I plugged it up and just looked it up on your phone.
Yeah.
Cool. But not like you using my phone all the time. Because why are you touching my stuff?
So would you?
But if I just pick up your phone, it shouldn't be a problem with it.
Right.
So what?
But
if,
you shouldn't just be
Just
using my
calling
stuff all the
calling
time.
your phone, using your phone, or
All the time.
logging
Use
you
your
out
own
of your
stuff.
Facebook.
Yeah,
and
like
I feel like it should be to the point to where if you and your spouse had the same type of phone and you make a mistake and grab her phone and take her phone to work and she grab yours and take yours to work, I think y'all should be able to just wait till y'all get home.
I agree with
To the
that
same
because that's an
phone.
accident.
Unless you know what I'm saying.
I agree with that. But don't just
It's on some business.
keep using my stuff just because you
Unless
want to
can
use
grab
my
your business
stuff.
phone, and you know what I'm saying.
But
Yeah.
if that I wouldn't care. Like I said, if you needed to use it, fine. But my
Well,
laptop, like I have, who was touching my stuff?
I
Like, don't
think
touch
that it was. I think that it should be. Dang, should it be? Yeah, you got privacy in your mind, and you got the right to just like not say shit about certain things, but not like you know, like I don't expect to know exactly how much money my wife has, but some people got families like that where it's the same bank account, y'all look at the same stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't think it has to be like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's
I don't
nothing
either.
wrong with if y'all don't
Having
know
your-
all of that type of stuff.
I
Me
don't
But,
think
either.
it happens
But as
like
long
that.
as
but
this is
the phone though.
But I feel like if that's your wife, and y'all should be building a legacy together.
Yeah.
So that's a part of finances is a part of building this legacy and being able to count the finances and being able to track and knowing, you know,
That's
what's
true.
coming in, what's
No,
coming
it's
out.
definitely true.
So
I think that's how it should be, but if it's not like that, I don't know if I look at it and be like,
but it
oh,
depends
that's not how this shit's supposed to run. But then again, you know.
But
I
to
don't
me,
know.
it depends on. So let's say
we're talking about the ideal. We not
Ideal is right.
Ideally for me,
I agree with what you said.
ideally, this is how I would want it to go. We both bring in money home. 50% of what we bring home goes in together with us, or whatever we decide. It could be 80% goes in this big pot that we share, and 20%
Is
goes
what
to
I'm
our
doing.
personal accounts. Now, if when we going over our bills and stuff, we're using this 80% in this pot. Well, we got to pay the car note. We're saving up this much for a vacation, groceries, and we don't discuss what our because he might be spending his 20% every time he get it, and I'm just letting mine stack.
Yeah.
And and we just don't discuss that. I don't think anything's wrong with that.
Right.
But if he says,
But you
to
saying
me,
you need to know how much she got.
if
all the
if
way,
he said
every
to
penny.
me, "How much do you have?" I should tell him, but I don't
Right.
think we should have to discuss it every time.
Right.
right.
And I
Right.
feel like if he is asking, it may be because he needs some money.
Yeah.
And I feel like in that case, okay, here you go. But I just feel like everything don't necessarily has to be discussed all the time. I just don't think it should be secrets, which means if I ask you, you should tell me.
That's the part.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be secrets.
But we ain't about to we ain't sitting here, and he might have a secret that I don't know, that he might not. To me, unless I ask. So say he had a crush on the neighbor. I don't know. I won't even say neighbor. I'm gonna just say we went to Jamaica and there was this lady there, bartender,
Yeah.
and maybe I was asleep one night and he went downstairs at the bar and was drinking and kind of flirted,
Yeah.
and then he never told me. If I ask, tell me, but I don't think he need to disclose all his secrets and stuff to me
Right.
unless I asked about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I feel, because I feel like you just saying everything all the time. I don't know, and I guess it depends on the person.
Yeah.
I would like to say everything all the time.
I've heard the argument made that if, like if somebody goes through somebody's phone, right, and they find text messages that like shows that they've been cheating or something, the person who gets caught, sometimes they say, "But damn, why the fuck you going through my phone?" Do they have a point? Is that an argument?
To me, they don't. Because if somebody, I could just speak for myself. I don't go through phones. So if I felt the need to go through your phone, it's because I need a confirmation of something I was feeling. And if I find it, what do you mean you got a leg to stand on? I went through your phone because I had a feeling that this was happening, and here it is, it was. That's why.
But what about if there wasn't anything there?
Then I wouldn't go through your phone.
You already did.
Oh, you saying if I didn't find her?
That you already did.
Yeah.
Then I would tell my person. I'd be like, man, what's happening between us? Like, I feel like we ain't vibing because I went through your phone, bro. I thought you was cheating. Like I thought you was cheating
And
for
what if
real.
people like, why the fuck you going through my phone?
And then he say, you
I-
know what? This,
I would
you
be like,
don't
my
trust
bad,
me.
you right.
Without a relationship, without trust in the relationship is dead.
I'd be like, you're right. Like, what we do? Like, I would try to figure that out. I would try to talk through
You
it
would
with
break up with somebody that
No,
you
I
really
wouldn't
care.
break up.
But if he said you didn't find anything and now I'm offended and I don't think you trust me and I've been through something like this before and I don't want to go no more.
Oh, he
How
would
many
break up with
times?
me?
Yeah, how many times do you apologize before you say it's over? Yeah, I'm not
I would-
apologizing anymore.
I would just say, first I would say, for real, you for real?
Yeah.
Like, we doing this? And then if you for real, in that moment, I'll let you roll because
So
you need some
wouldn't even
time.
apologize?
No, but he's saying they didn't care. So I would let you roll
They didn't care about what?
my apology.
You ain't even apologized yet.
Okay, my bad. He don't care. He's out. He's saying I'm
Oh,
out.
you out after the apology, after the first one.
And she
So-
apologized, and I'm like, I know you apologizing to me, but I forgive you, but I don't want to keep going.
I already
with the
did this.
mistake.
This is deja vu.
Yeah.
I would let you roll because
And never call him again.
no,
apologize.
no. But you need some time to think. It's not gonna do me no good to pressure you in the moment.
Right.
So bye.
Yeah.
And I would try to be like, pray a little bit, talk to a couple people. Like, I don't know what to do. See their opinion, and then I'll just formulate a plan to try to get you back. And then at that point, it is what it is because I'm not gonna keep bugging you. And
Would you go through your next man's phone? That was a good man. You had a feeling.
well, he
Now it's
didn't.
broke up.
Obviously, we weren't
The
meant to
next-
be together. I wasn't a good woman because
But-
he rolled out over a mistake.
Is that a?
Is that a mistake though? You mistake. Well, what was the mistake at?
Because I felt some type of way, and if you
What
don't,
was the mistake?
hold on, if we can't talk about, if I can't be honest with you and say, I did this, something
Yeah.
is going on, like I feel like we ain't vibing, something is happening to make me think this, like, can we talk this through? And you don't acknowledge that, then what we doing?
One of the young ladies that works here at the shop, she said every time her boyfriend's phone rings, and he don't answer, she says, "Who was that?" And she asking that every time. Now, is that? Do you think that that's being
Insecure.
insecure? Do you think that that's being too? What's the word that I'm looking for, bro? Like, what is she doing?
Is it nosy,
Being-
or are you asking
not
because you
nosy,
think I'm
it's
not
like,
picking up
you
my
don't
phone
think
for
it's
a reason?
insecure, like suspicious of him, like almost based on some.
Does
of
he ever?
their
Did she
history.
say he ever
Yes.
says why?
He says,
Like if she say who was that, and he
Yeah.
said, does he ever be
he
like
said
why?
he does it every time. He
He
don't
just
answer
tell
the
her?
phone, or
Does he
if-
tell her who it is, or does he say why you
I
want to know?
think so. Yeah, he's telling her.
That's a lot.
So why do you? What does why you want to know means?
Because if you ask me why, I mean, if she is just a nosy person, if her sister's over her house, the phone rings, she don't pick up, and she asks why, she's just a nosy person. That's different than her asking because she think he not answering because she's there.
Right.
So if he says why, and she be in,
She said, "I
If
think you're
I'm-
cheating." She said, "I don't trust you."
then I don't know if I could deal with that.
Right. But is that the same thing as going through somebody's phone one time?
No. If you consistently go through their phone over and over and over and over, that's the same thing as like all the time.
Yeah.
Like for the rest
But
of my
they just
life, you're
having
gonna be
feelings.
asking
They
me
just
why.
having feelings. They got a
Then
feeling.
why are we together? That's too much. That's too much.
Yeah, because I feel like
One
if
is
I
the-
got a feeling, I probably ain't gonna even go through your phone or nothing like that. I'm just gonna ride out. Because if I got that feeling, like
Dang. So what if you ride out and it's nothing? You ain't gonna
Yeah,
have a
because-
conversation?
But it's still.
So you're not gonna even talk about it.
I mean, I'm gonna say something.
What if something I did just triggered you from a different relationship you
Well, I'm
had?
gonna say something, but I'm not about to be all like trying to go through your phone and figure this out. If I feel like, shit, if I feel like,
A woman is cheating.
yeah, if I feel like you cheating, or a woman is like, if I feel like she cheating on me,
What would
Being
you do?
deceptive.
I ride out.
I'm saying you wouldn't say, what's
Now,
up?
how do you do
I'm-
it though? Yeah. Do you say, hey,
You
I
think
got
I
that
just
feeling.
come home and your
because
bed and you ain't
at that
your
point,
clothes ain't
at
there
that
no more?
point, when if I'm feeling like that, I done tried to have a conversation. I done been through all of the, had the conversation trying to figure, you know what I'm saying, talk to her. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why I feel like you should know when your woman cheating and when she ain't trying to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh, so
Dang,
you're
didn't
saying
we,
you
didn't
didn't.
we say more women cheat and men just don't know it?
yeah, because the men don't care. They ain't
They
looking.
don't care.
Yeah,
They
they
don't
ain't looking
think.
for them
They don't even
signs. They
think
ain't
that
even
they.
or yeah. But that's what I'm saying.
So do you think more, seeing how you did say that you think women are just as aggressive as men and they cheat, but men just don't know,
I think
right?
it's I can't I would never say one cheated more than the other.
Right. So do you think more men should go through their women's phone just because they don't, like, since women deceive men much easier, how can men like
Quit
put
thinking
up some
y'all
kind
are
of fail safe to not be
the
made a
fail safe
fool
is
of?
quit acting like y'all not quit acting as if I feel like that has everything to do with um men being dominating society. So I'm
Well,
so
how does that got
dominant.
anything to
Because
do with
why
that?
wouldn't you okay. Let me be clear. I don't think people should just be sitting around thinking people are cheating on them. I think for me to think somebody's cheating on me, they would have had to cheat before, or I would have to literally see them cheating on me.
Right.
So because of that, initially, should nobody be asking me why I didn't answer my phone unless you're just nosy. Other than that, or going through my phone or asking me why I got work ended at 6 and it takes me 30 minutes to get home and I got home at 7. Where you been? All those things that initiate make you seem like you think I'm cheating. Why are you doing this? And I've never gave you a reason why, or I haven't cheated on you.
Past relationship.
Right, then I can't be with somebody like that.
Let me ask Peter something, bro. Okay, listen. You don't want to go through your woman's phone. Like, I see that, right? You don't want to do that. You think that that's just some extra stuff. I feel the same way too, by the way. But let's say that this happens. You said y'all switch phones for the day, and she take your phone for the day, and you got her phone for the day. So while you got her phone for the day, you're not going through it trying to look to see if anything, but it does a notification
Pop up.
it does come through, and it's a man's name. Do you check the message? Do you read it?
What it say? What you doing? Or good morning? Are you gonna click on it?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm just be nosy.
Damn.
See what?
Would you?
I think so. Yeah. But then you gonna look at their whole history, ain't you?
He's like, good morning. Wait a minute.
Good morning. Like, what's up? What happened yesterday?
Do you respond to the person texting?
Hell nah.
I ain't doing that either.
No.
No, but I don't
Even
want my heart
if
to be
it's
no
a lot
more
of
broken than it
salacious-
already is.
Even if you see like just a history of good mornings and just friendly talk, nothing that crosses the line, but friendly talk.
I'm not about to respond to no nigga.
What about if it's okay? So you just come to your woman. You come to your
I
woman
go to
about
her
it.
and be
Yeah,
like,
I wouldn't do
she
that
said
either.
good morning. You know what I'm saying?
And feel her vibe.
I tell her, say good morning.
So-
Call her.
Wait a minute.
Call
So
her up, like text her. So
what if she
what
like?
you say? You want me to respond? You ask that?
Yeah.
So is there anything
It is
that
a conversation that you need to have.
is there anything she can say that'll make y'all think she's not cheating? If that's your initial thought, if your initial thought is good morning,
Too much friendly talk is cheating in a way. It's like if you wouldn't
what is
like
friendly
your part,
talk?
if you
What is
wouldn't like
friendly
your
talk?
if you wouldn't like your partner doing it, then
What
and
is
you're
friendly
doing
talk
it,
though? Tell me what friendly talk is.
I think just a kicking it conversation, I think, would be if your man don't know about this person, I think, or your
like he
woman
never
don't know.
met the
Right.
person.
Right. I think that it could
Or
be,
never heard about the person. Because
the
what if
man
y'all
wouldn't
heard
be
about it but
wrong.
never
He
met?
wouldn't be wrong for feeling like he was getting.
What if you heard about the
Played or
person but never
cheated.
met the person?
And if I heard about him, I wouldn't even want to hear about him. Like, what's this nigga I'm hearing about?
Like, what if I'm not from Dayton? I'm from Mansfield, Ohio, and this is my homeboy from back.
Yeah.
And we.
Yeah,
So,
that's
but
your
you've
bro.
never actually met the person.
Yeah, I mean that's understandable.
Okay.
That's understandable. But can a woman have men friends? Your main woman have like independent men friends that they super cool. Like, go to his house, play cards and stuff like that.
Without you?
Yeah.
What if
without
she
you.
was going? What if in fact you met your woman over? You met your woman at this poker game
Wow.
that she go to at his house, and then y'all met, got together. Now it's a problem with her going over there, and it wasn't when you met her.
I don't know. In that situation, how could it be? Because y'all both know this dude. She knows this.
What
dude.
if you don't know him though? You came over there with somebody else.
Oh well, see, like, I feel like a woman. First of all, a woman that has a lot of male friends, I just feel like I don't think she should be with a guy
What?
like that.
She
I don't know.
shouldn't have a husband or nothing because she got male friends.
Like if a woman want to have a lot of male friends, like a whole bunch of male friends.
What if she already had them? Not want to have them. It's just the way
she
the cookie
gives
crumbles.
She gives them up for her husband.
Yeah, like it's kind of like
Gives them up.
Not
Gives
really
up
gives
some
up.
of the stuff now.
But
Everybody gives
it's
up
like,
their friends.
yeah, you
Even
kinda
I know
fall
like
that,
if you're
but-
married, you don't go and hang out over your friend's house like you would if you were single.
Any friend, male or
Any
female.
friend, any friend. But then if it's a female or a male, like I think that even more, it's got to be looked at a
Then
little
you're
more.
not
in
friend.
their
I don't-
initial
That wasn't
relationship.
your friend then.
I don't think
Men are not
anything
friends with
inappropriate
women.
that
I don't
would
think
look
men are really
inappropriate.
friends with women.
I don't think anything
I think
that would look
I think
inappropriate
it's
should be
awesome
done.
when men and women are friends because
I can't
I
even
feel
say
like-
that. Nah, that's not true.
Yeah,
That's
I
not true.
don't know.
That's
because
not true.
I feel like women who have male friends understand men better and have better relationships, love relationships with men. And men who have female friends also have better relationships with women because they got this female friend. They didn't see what she went through. They didn't talk to her. So you understand the female better and I understand the male better. Women who only F with females, they weird to me. And men who only F with dudes like never had a female friend, they real like on some like
So
they
how would
had
you feel if
I
your
don't-
husband came home and said, "Babe, I just met this chick at work. We about to go out."
that's
have some
different.
drinks."
That's not your friend because you just met her at work.
I know. I'm just saying. All right, that's how you meet friends. You just when you meet somebody, you go out. And you
I'd
get
be
to
like,
know 'em.
cool, I'm coming with y'all.
Okay.
And if it's a problem, then it's
So
more
y'all
than
go out
that.
and y'all kick it. Bam. So the next week, same thing. Boom. Then one of these weeks you don't want to go. You tired. You just like
Then
man,
you could
y'all
go. I won't care.
So then y'all.
I gotta listen. I don't care what y'all say. Men and women are God gave us intuition and feelings
Yeah.
and stuff. So if I'm going out with y'all and it all is I don't have no inkling, then I don't care if y'all go out. Because here's the thing. I don't give a F if I go out with y'all every single weekend. If you want to fuck and y'all want to fuck each other, y'all gonna make it happen.
Right.
Ain't nothing I could do about it. So this me tagging along and not trusting my man and making up all these stories in my head so our relationship is fucked up over a drink. I ain't doing that. It's hard to find goodness. And if I got goodness, I'm not ruining it because of my insecurities.
So why go on the first one then? Why would you even go on the first?
Because I need to feel her out. Because I feel like men, this is going to sound so sexist on the woman's side. I feel like men could get manipulated way more easier than women. Because that most men don't feel like women are the aggressors or the predators. They automatically think they
Manipulated to
are.
what?
Most men feel like they're the one that chased like I'm the one that got her. When they say I fucked her, nobody says we had sex. And women say I got fucked. Because but women, a lot of women don't think like that. And they will slither their way in. Women recognize women. I could get it. I could feel the feeling because I know a woman. But men, I feel like they get, nah, bruh, she on some other stuff. I know. How you know? Because I know. Just like men know about men. So that's why I'm going on the first date. And maybe the second. And maybe not the third or fourth and the fifth. Like, I'm going to meet y'all there. I'll be there. Just to fill it out and see what's going on. I initially trust my man for sure, but that don't mean I want him in a situation where he got to decide.
Do you think that a man should be concerned about how much, like, what type of environment his woman works in? Like, just working
Depending
around a
on
lot of men. Do you think that that's a something to be concerned about? Being
depend.
a man like with a woman that works around a lot of men.
What if you met her?
I was just about to say that though. Like, yeah, in a situation like that, like, and what type of dude are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you met, like, say, your woman in a strip club. If you met your woman in a strip club, she stripper, bartender, whatever, and now you talk about some, I don't want you there no more. Then it's got to be kind of like, I feel
Nah,
like
that's reasonable.
I feel like.
And why you
I feel
mess
like,
with her then?
I feel like
You should
if
never
you are
talk to
able,
me. You just-
wait. I feel like
she
if
shouldn't
she
wanna
don't
do that.
want to be there, if she like, okay, I'm just here just to get to this next step, and he's getting her to the next step, or he like, okay, I can get you to the next step without you being there, then yeah, he can take her out of that. But if he just like, oh, I don't want you there because he don't want her there, then that's some sucker shit. Cause you what you doing? It's like he ain't doing nothing to, you know what I'm saying? You just don't want her there just cause you hitting that, cause you fucking now. Like, that's some sucker shit to me. If she got plans, so now he like, oh nah,
What does he have to do in order to be helping her get away from there?
whatever
Paying her college tuition.
whatever it is that she
Whatever she
was
not
not
in-
whatever it is
Or
that
whatever
she's
it
trying
is,
to
yeah.
do.
Or what about just showing her financial aid and then helping her get in college? Is that enough to make her stop?
Nah, because maybe I'm saying he has to do what she, because it could be he could pay her tuition, but she may not want to go to college, and he just be like, "All right, I paid your tuition," but that wasn't her plans. She was stripping to do something else, to flip houses, and not go to college. So
Is he gonna buy her first house?
right, you know what I'm saying? Going by paying their tuition. Hey,
So it's wrong for a man to go to a strip club and start hanging out with a girl that he meets there working. After he meets her working, they start being together. And at a certain point, like they together, they just both working and hustling. He like, man, babe, I ain't gonna lie. I really don't want a lot of people seeing you like that no more.
I would feel
That's
him, but
some sucker
unless
shit for him to say
to me
that
it
to
is
his
because
woman?
listen, it's not some sucker shit for him to say it, but it's
don't
some
know.
it's not some sucker
I
shit
don't
for
think
him to
so,
say
man.
it. It's some sucker shit that if she chooses to continue to work there, that he on some other shit. And let me tell you why. Because you can say, I don't want you doing this, and then I honor that, and then soon as you're done with me, I'm out. Like, I don't have a leg to stand on. Where's my money coming from? There ain't no ring on my finger. We just dating.
that's why. It's the
Let me
sucker shit.
ask you this: do you think any stripper would want their daughter to be stripping?
Yeah, I think some would. I think
Out
some
of
women.
10 strippers, how many would want their daughter to have that same life as them?
I think a healed stripper. This sounds so crazy, but I think a healed stripper wouldn't want it.
Who?
Healed one
Healed?
that because, and this is why I say this. I don't think
do you
most
mean
women
all
grow up
strippers
and say
are unhealed.
no.
I'm broken.
What I'm
So
saying.
why would a man want his woman to stay like broken?
What I'm saying is this. I don't think it's wrong for you to feel how you're feeling. However, I think it's wrong for me to give up my livelihood for somebody who's not even my husband.
What about if a man was selling drugs and he got with a woman and she said, babe, you got to stop selling drugs? Is it wrong for her to do that?
I don't think it's wrong for either of them to feel the way they feel. It's just wrong for them to
Continue to encourage. Like she shouldn't stay on his ass about that and
No,
get him up out of the streets.
unless
he
she
wanted to.
because why are you dating a man who's selling drugs
Right.
if you don't want to be with a drug dealer?
Right. That's what I'm
Because she
saying.
doesn't love the fact that she loves him and his personality and him as a person, but his career is
What
something
if
that she
he
feels
loved
like
to
that
be
he
a
can
drug
do
dealer,
better.
though? What
So-
if he loved to be a drug
What
dealer?
about if he's torn and she's helping him
Right,
get to the
that's
next
what I'm
level?
saying. If he's
Different.
torn, it's different. But if he loved to be a drug dealer and he just
So,
loved
bro,
these
wait a
streets,
minute.
and
now.
she's like,
even
I
if
don't
he
want you to
does,
be in these
but
streets.
even if he does love it, why would she be wrong to steer him away from damaging?
I'm not
other
saying
people?
she's wrong or he's wrong for steering. I think what we're saying is if somebody chooses a lifestyle that they had when you met them and you salty and mad and it's causing trouble in your relationship, that is wrong. Because if you don't want to be with a stripper, don't be with a stripper.
That's right.
If you don't want to be with a drug
dealer,
dealer,
you and say that
I'm not saying he should be.
or I want you to cut your locks off.
Indeed. Now that's a great point. I would say no. But I don't see me having locks as something that I think like low vibrational as drugs.
That's why I
as
wouldn't mess with a
dancing,
drug dealer.
as
That I knew was a drug dealer.
Right.
Right,
That's why you should mess with a stripper that you know
it's a stripper.
I understand. Understood. I hear what y'all saying.
'Cause
But
the point is, your life.
There is another school of thought that says like you can end up with somebody like in a perfect world. Yes, you say no, but if this person was like somebody that you was like a friend with in college with, they sold weed in college and y'all ended up being together and they was tight and then they just started hustling more, but y'all was still together and this was your person and they sold drugs and you was trying to convince them to stop.
They sold weed. Or you met in college and he was selling
He was
heroin
selling
in college.
weed at the time,
Well,
and then progressed.
Well, when he went to progress, I would say, bruh, like we not doing that.
To see you break up with him.
If he's steady
2
progressing, yes,
years
because I'm.
into the relationship.
Yeah,
Like,
I
if I
am
was
because
with
I'm
a
not
woman-
I'm not going to put my life in danger,
And
I don't want
if you was
to
with a
be
woman-
sad because you dying. Might die because you want to progress and you making good money off of weed. What you doing it for?
If you was with a woman and she was dancing, and then she started stripping, 2 years into the relationship, would you stay with her?
No.
It's the same thing.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. No, don't stay with them. But if you do choose to stay with them, isn't it okay for you to continue to nudge them to live their highest
Define what
positive
nudge
purpose?
is. Are you mad? Or are you just always in?
Well,
that's not a
every
nudge.
night they get ready to go to work, you give them a nudge. You say like, bruh, you gotta chill with that shit.
No,
She get ready to
no,
go to
that's
work.
not a nudge. That's you
go to
trying
work,
to check me.
say, you know
and you
what? I
causing
think
problems in our
that
relationship.
I see.
No,
He's causing problems
He is.
in the relationship
'Cause why are you
by
talking to
trying
me
to
like
bring
that?
her to her highest self.
why are you trying?
So
according
how
to
do
you,
encourage
you're
somebody.
saying it's my higher self.
Yes,
Who are you to
according
say
to-
that's my higher self?
I am your significant other.
So, in that case,
We are one.
If we are one, then we're married, and
Yes,
our
we're
funds
married.
are shared.
We married.
So that's
Not
different.
Funds are shared.
Oh, so
why do
they're
we
not-
gotta do that?
why-
I mean, they can be shared.
So why can't we be quitting?
Okay. I
I'm
see
not
what you're saying.
quitting because
I see what you're saying.
I don't have a livelihood. You can leave me at any moment.
Is it true that strippers make more money than a person just working at a job?
Yes, I believe so.
some
Depending on
cities.
what city you in, and
Yeah.
depending on what kind of stripper you
I knew
are.
I knew strippers used to fly to Vegas for the weekend just to strip.
When I was in college, these two girls used to go to Detroit and strip and make $3,000 a weekend.
They go to Vegas, make
And me and my
$7,000.
sister was like, "Dang, we should do it." Like we working 3 jobs. We literally, me, my sister, and my best friend contemplated like getting a wig, and we all went through the whole process of what if they be like, "That was you." I'm like, "That wasn't me." Like we were gonna do it, and we just couldn't bring ourselves to do it. But I didn't hate on them. Like, shoot, 3 G's, and I'm working 3 jobs in college. Shoot, or 3 jobs now. Let's say I wasn't even in college.
Is it any profession that is morally wrong? Any, or all of them are. So you can't judge even a stripper.
I mean, right? You got some professors out here that are morally wrong, but then
Like
it's
what? Give me one.
Like morally, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like stripper,
Stripping is morally wrong.
What makes it morally wrong?
like because morals. Because
What morals? What if you wasn't? What if you wasn't a stripper, but what if you were
A
a
chick.
guy and you just be having sex with a different woman every week? Is that morally wrong?
Yes.
It depends on the person. It depends on the person's moral. It depends on the person
It
we're
does.
asking.
Right.
But
That's what I'm saying.
but we're talking about universally. Is stripping looked at and drug dealing? But let's just say stripping for now. Is that looked at as a low vibrational
I don't think neither
industry?
one. I'm gonna tell you this.
Industry.
I'm gonna just say this. I do not
I
think
think so.
either one is. The only reason why I think
Either one is low. None either
no,
one.
because I feel
Either one
like
or what?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Drug dealing.
Drugs. This is the thing, right? If drug dealing is low vibrational, then so should selling Jordans, because you're literally feeding somebody's addiction. We look at, so to me, being an alcoholic or a crackhead or whatever, those are seen morally wrong universally because who decided they were wrong? It's the same to me as you shopping all the time.
But I think
Nah,
drugs
that's not-
impact
Uh-huh,
the
because
people's
you-
life. They
Yeah,
impact.
that's not the same.
They impact
Impact
the
who?
quality of the life of the user.
And so does
And it's more
shopping. Being
but
it's-
not.
Yes, it is. Hold on.
It's way more
Hoarding.
addictive.
Being a hoarder. Any addiction you have has more to do with the addiction and something you're lacking than it does what you've chosen to addict
But
yourself
I think
to.
that drugs, for the
Drugs
most
are
part, for
way
the
more
user,
addictive
it
So that's why it
impacts-
makes it morally
impacts
wrong?
the person.
than shopping.
So
Then- and
anybody who
and-
studies
and it
addiction
causes
will tell you y'all are not.
and it causes
You don't think the crack
it causes your
epidemic
actions, right?
was terrible for
Right, and it causes you
for
to
the
do
community?
fucked up
I do.
stuff.
So
I
that's
do.
what
You
I'm
think
saying.
hoarding-
Like
So what-
drugs.
You think hoarding could cause an epidemic like that?
No,
All I'm saying is this.
crack.
I
was the
don't
worst
think.
thing
Hold
ever.
on for a second. I don't think that if I walked in somebody's house and I seen crack, I seen that they're losing their family because of crack, I don't go say, let me try crack. I don't think that's how the crack epidemic works. I believe that from the people I talk to who are older than me, I had conversations with, that crack hit the scene and everybody was smoking crack. And then by the time you found out how addictive it was too late.
Right.
So what I'm saying to you
That
is,
was like you can't do hoarding like that. Or
I know
whatever.
because I have a chance to see you hoarding. And it's way more people out here who, if you ever been to their house, are hoarders that y'all don't even know about. But crack, what I'm telling you is addiction is an addiction.
It is, but the level to
Some
the
different-
addiction of
some
crack
addictions have
has
more
a more monumental effect on
Yeah.
just like
It
just our
only did
whole
because of
community and
how I
society.
said it. It only did because how I said it. But if you could have
Right.
seen if somebody seen the effects before, it wouldn't have been such an epidemic. It was
I don't think so. I think you're right about that, but I'm just saying the drug itself is more it's bad. And I think that selling drugs is worse than stripping too, by the way. If I wanted to rank which one that was worse because of what drugs do to just like the kids
So what do you
and the
do-
community and
what do you think
all of
about
that shit.
legal-
Like crack specifically
Yeah.
was terrible.
And heroin.
Heroin is bad. Heroin is I don't
Heroin's
want to
worse
say
than crack.
but
Because you need
crack
your body needs
destroyed a lot, man. It
heroin
destroyed.
did too. You seen
I don't think crack. I
you
don't think
seen,
heroin
The Wire?
did. I don't think heroin did what crack.
I
did.
think so. Depending on what city you were in.
crack,
heroin.
Crack.
My
changed
mentor
a
said
lot,
she
man.
literally used to see people
Yeah, crack came in.
walk. She used to walk to school and see needles hanging
I
out.
don't
of
know
people.
what happened. I don't know
'Cause that was
why.
heroin.
I
Changed
don't know
people
why
into
though,
a
but crack
different.
came in and just changed shit.
It changed them into
'cause
different
heroin
types of
been here
human
since
beings.
The 30s, the 20s. Heroin been around since the 20s.
'Cause
30s. Crack came on the scene, fuck shit up instantly. As soon as it got here.
I told you why.
It changed the
Because
people.
nobody's seen that.
the people who
coming.
the people
Nobody
who
seen
smoked it.
Heroin coming. Nobody seen that shit.
You
You
coming.
don't think when
It-
heroin first hit the scene, it had the same effect as crack?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. So in the 80s, that was our.
It
So
wasn't
just
as
like the flu,
destructive, though.
just like the
It
flu.
was. I remember,
Just like the
'cause
flu.
I saw a documentary though. Sears and Roebuck sold heroin. Did y'all know that? Sears and Roebuck sold heroin in the little can, looked like a Altoid can.
You think heroin
And-
had
they had to
had
stop selling
just
that
as
shit.
bad effect on the communities
They
as
had to
crack
stop
did?
selling that shit because
Yes.
of that. Because of the community. It
The
slowed
amount
down
of,
the
do you
economy.
think there was?
It said it slowed down the economy. You can look back
Look,
in the
it
30s,
might
20s, I
have,
think.
bro, but I'm saying, do you see? I don't know. You
So
might.
look-
I grew up with crack. You see what
That's
I'm
why
saying?
you feel that way.
And I seen what it did and I don't know. I hadn't heard about the heroin
But
as
it's
much,
just like
but
the-
it
it's
was.
just
I
like
guess it
the-
was bad. I don't want to say heroin wasn't bad, but the way crack just
I don't
changed the
think
people
heroin
who
was
used
as
it.
bad as crack though,
So-
because a lot of people still function on heroin. Once you get your hit in the morning, you can go throughout your day on heroin. But crack,
You don't try to chase a high.
chasing that shit.
Man,
No, on heroin, most heroin people get that shit in the morning. They probably gonna need another hit. You know what I'm saying? But in the morning they straight,
So what makes you a heroin addict?
because you gotta have that hit every day.
yeah, the addiction for heroin might be like
Stronger.
tougher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's tougher because you gotta
Yeah.
have that shit every
But-
day.
You
But
have to
just-
because you're gonna die.
I'm
with
I'm
it.
talking about like the physical addiction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
But
physical
crack,
addiction. Crack got you doing
crack
some shit.
completely takes over your whole life.
I done
like,
seen crackheads.
the women was
literally
like
just
like doing anything. To
go
men.
to
So
the
was
crack
they on
house
heroin?
and stay
Not
for
like
6
that,
months.
though.
You listen. I'm
Not
telling
like
you,
that.
the reason why we
Put
don't.
it in the comments below. What's
But
the
you-
worst
talk to older
drug to
people.
like have
Talk to
the
older
effect on
people.
society?
I
Crack
done
or
seen-
heroin?
I done seen the effects on crack. Like I said, I done seen this
What I'm
lady.
saying
I done seen people lives literally change, destroyed, go
Man,
from
crack.
You don't think people describe that when they talk about heroin?
Uh-huh.
But and then I don't think as many dealers had access to heroin like crack.
Oh,
like
yeah.
everybody sold crack. Everybody like and so like
Everybody.
any little 14, 15-year-old kid was a crack dealer. Like
Yep.
they was just getting it everywhere and it was just flooding. Heroin, you probably had Sears and Roebuck selling it. But other than that,
And
you,
they had rules. You had the old OGs sold it.
Right,
Drugs.
right.
The young dudes didn't sell drugs.
They had
and they wasn't selling
everybody
drugs
and their mama was
everywhere.
just
They wasn't
selling
selling
crack.
drugs.
I mean, I
any and
get it.
everywhere.
I
They
get
was selling
what y'all
drugs out
saying.
of certain places, and there was certain areas that they sold drugs in. It was a code back then, and when they was selling heroin and all type of shit.
So now that we talk about how bad crack was,
Crack.
if a woman was nudging her man to stop selling crack, and what about the drug dealer and the stripper meet at the club, and they are the two that get together? This is the most likely scenario,
And they nudging each other.
and
to
they
quit.
nudge each other to quit.
That's dope.
Ain't that good?
Yeah.
I
So
never
how
said
it
it
gonna
wasn't
leave
good.
her?
I'm saying it's bad if either of you are breaking up a relationship because of it. Because I feel like I'm not gonna say you're bad for it because you can mature and you can develop and you can change into a person who says, I don't want to date somebody who's selling drugs. I don't think you're wrong for it. But I think that there's something to be said about the person who's saying, are you going to, I'm not saying give me the amount of money I'm making, but if I'm paying my way through college or this is paying my house note, my car note, and you're like, stop. And I'm like, where am I going to work? And you're not saying, I'll help you out, then you kind of bogus for that. Or
Right.
Out of let's say
I'm not trying to help you out either.
out of 10 strippers, how many are paying their way through college? How many are stripping to pay their college tuition?
3.
I don't know. I think it was more back in the
Depends on what
day
city
than
you're
now.
in.
And I think it was more back in the day than now because
Yeah.
a lot of people aren't going to college nowadays.
I say 10, maybe not one.
I think it's depending
Maybe
on
out of
what strip club.
100,
It
out of
depends on what strip
100,
club
out of
you at.
100, probably.
And today, you talk about today, are people our age who strip their way through college?
Out of 100,
I knew a
maybe,
couple of 'em.
maybe one.
One
Nah,
out
not
of
one.
100.
Absolutely.
Out of 100,
If
I'm
that
gonna say,
many, one
Going
out of
through
1,000.
college, yeah.
One out of
I'm gonna say
1,000.
50%,
I say college,
depending on
yeah.
where you at.
One out.
Nursing school, maybe. What about nursing school?
One
What,
out of
what about
1,000.
school period?
What about nursing school?
Nursing school, they might do like some something like
Some
that.
shit.
Like
You know, nursing and drug dealers like
LPN.
to get together too.
yeah,
That's a power couple in the hood.
yeah, yeah. So we got forgiveness. We talked about forgiveness, but put it in the comments below. Put
You
it-
think you think somebody should be able to tell somebody not to do a job
Mhm.
because they don't like the kind of job that they're doing because it might be morally wrong, even though they met them at that job? You think that they should be able
Yes. is it okay to change the person that you're in a relationship with?
I'm not saying but listen, you keep changing it.
I'm asking. That's a
I'm
new question.
saying
That's
it
a new
is
question.
okay.
New question. Okay.
It is
That's
okay
not the
to
same question.
encourage. But to me, encouragement isn't,
Every
damn,
day.
you fucking going to this. Like, why are you cussing at me? That's going to make me want to continue to do the job. Just because you think you could boss me around and cuss at me. That ain't the way you talk to me. That is not.
So
Bees
how
with
how
honey.
should he? So how should they talk to you?
I think he should say, babe, like, this like makes me
What
feel
about he
uncomfortable.
says it perfectly to you? See, he says it exactly how he should.
What
say
I'm
it.
saying is he's allowed to nudge me every single day as long as the nudge is honey and not vinegar.
I think.
And I should be able to nudge you
I think
every
the
day as long as
conversation
I ain't
should really start off
cussing
like-
you out and acting. Why the fuck you got to think you got to do it? That ain't going to make you want to do nothing.
I think the conversation should kind of start off like, how long you plan on being a stripper?
Yeah, before you commit to that person.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean they. Okay.
You talking
before
about even after
commit.
you committed?
The first you talking about before y'all start.
Yeah,
No
that's
matter
the
when.
conversation, right? Like that's the conversation is how long you plan on doing this? How long do you plan to do this?
That's show you as long
And then
as,
what's your-
long until I find something else comparable.
Until these titties drop.
Exactly. So
What if she said
so that's
titties,
two
his
different
skin get
answers.
wrinkled and these titties
That's
drop?
two different answers.
Mm.
See, because one of them is like
What you
long
say?
term, one of them is
Is
conditional.
conditional. Like is if until I find something else to pay me.
So now,
Comparable.
now
Because what if I like
his
it?
job is to be like, okay, figure out what it is.
If he wants to deal with that or not,
Right.
first of all,
right. If you want to deal with it, first of all.
and
You
then
all
and
should-
then
Make sure
and
you
then
want
hold her accountable to this plan.
But what if she never
it
was-
is-
what if-
how does she planning to do that?
Right, that's what
how
I'm
you
saying.
planning to do that?
Like
how
how
you planning to
yeah.
make this transition? Because I don't want to be with a stripper no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, okay, if she like, well, shit, it is what it is. I'm a stripper. I'm gonna be a stripper. Fuck that. Then he should make a decision on if he wants to continue. To
What
rock
if she
with it.
said, what if she said, you said, how long you plan on stripping? And she said, until one of these dudes pick me up for a video. Then I'll be dancing videos and I won't have to do this.
Right, and then that's what I'm saying.
so
you make- So you make
know the
that
hell,
decision.
I know the hell you
So that's what I'm
want.
talking about. That's how you make. You got to make your decision on if you want to be with that type of woman or not.
So
It
you
ain't
think
like-
dancing in a video is worse than stripping?
I'm just saying, if this what she want to do, either you support her in her dreams,
Right.
or you
Get out the way.
Yeah, get out the way.
Get out the way.
So you don't just be like, no, I don't think you should be out there doing that, unless you got something better. But if you don't have nothing
What
better,
if you think it's better?
then
What if you like?
Then you present it to her and see if she think it's better. If she don't think it's better, then hey, you move on.
Because
How
what if
are
she
you-
likes it?
Yeah.
Either she would. The reason she is a stripper is because she likes the fame,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
What other job is gonna give you that besides being an actress or a comedian or
And it's easy
A
money.
fans only
Do you
page.
think
Sex
that's
video.
it's stripping easy money?
no? Not to me, it ain't.
It's
Because
probably kind of hard, ain't it? To do that.
ask a regular woman who ain't a
It just
stripper
depends on what type
to-
of woman you are, though. How you know what
how
I'm
good
saying?
of a stripper you are. Ask a regular woman if she could do some of the things strippers could do.
Are strippers not regular women?
What I'm saying is, okay, ask a person who is not a stripper.
Yeah.
Like, ask a person who's not a dancer, or ask a person who's not a
Could they
comedian.
get up there and do that?
Could they get up there and do what you do? I don't think I could. That's why
No.
it's hard
It's
for
a
me.
talent.
Do you think strippers are regular women?
No.
I do think they are. I think they
You
are.
think they are?
I don't think so.
No, they're not.
I think this takes something that's something special.
I mean, when
think
you
strippers are
any
special.
industry, the person becomes not a regular person.
That's
when
what
you
I mean,
categorize
like-
things by industry.
Yeah, I think so too. I think
But
so too.
I
But
do
then
think
who's
that
regular
it does
then?
take a
Right.
What would you call a regular person? Somebody who work at
So
McDonald's?
no one is regular.
factory,
Then we're all regular.
factory worker.
Factory.
Whatever job is most normal in society, like all those different type of teacher is a normal job. Yeah, teacher, plumber, construction worker,
Lawyer, doctor,
Y'all think teaching is
Doctor,
regular? Y'all
doctor,
think anybody could teach?
normal.
business
No, it's
owner.
normal.
All of that is normal.
It's a normal job.
It's a normal job. But like, if somebody did stuff like,
So do
if
you
somebody
think-
was like an explorer
what makes it,
or
what
an
makes the job
archaeologist,
normal?
I would think that that's
So y'all saying stripping is not a normal job?
Yes,
Right.
it's outside the
depending
realm
on
of-
where you live.
It's
What
out
do
of
you mean?
Because some cities you go to, it's just as many teachers as there are strippers.
And what cities?
probably
Like
might be
Vegas?
more.
Vegas,
Yeah, it might be
Atlanta,
more.
the parts of Chicago,
Yeah.
Miami.
I'm just saying the type.
Miami strip clubs are huge.
I think the type of job it is a job that when you hear somebody does it,
You
it
can't talk about
sits
it
a
in
little
normal
different
setting.
with you.
But I'm saying, doesn't it
you
sit
can't talk
different?
about that
it's
in
time to
normal
judge. It's
setting.
time to judge. It's time to
But
judge
does
when
it
you hear
sit
somebody
normal?
is a stripper.
Does
Like
it? That's because.
you say,
is it because?
that's okay. It's
but
okay.
is it
I don't
because we
judge
live
her.
in a conservative state and city?
Would you have a
If you
stripper
lived
come
in
talk
my-
to some third graders? A career day?
No, but I wouldn't have a lot of careers come.
All of those careers he just named, you would. That's a normal career. A normal career, you would.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't have them come talk because it's not inappropriate. I wouldn't have a bartender come talk
Right.
to my kids either. That some people view that as a normal job. Any job that requires somebody to be is an adult thing. Like I wouldn't let talk.
Yeah.
It's not appropriate to talk to kids about that. If you ran a dispensary, I wouldn't want nobody to talk to third graders about that.
That's not a normal job either.
I like an NBA basketball player is not a normal job. Like a professional athlete. A stripper
you would have
is
them
like
come
an
talk to a third
a
grader?
stripper is an entertainer.
So you're
And that's why it doesn't actually fit into this like normal
Yeah, I
realm.
got you. I
You know
got
what I'm
you.
saying? It's like it's a job that stands out, you know, and
I got you.
it's it is a little bit
It's a dotty.
Taboo.
yeah, it's adulty. Yeah,
Definitely taboo.
for sure.
So
Yeah.
So
would
what
you,
if your girl was a bartender, not a stripper?
No.
Would y'all ask how long you're gonna do this?
at a bar? Yeah, nah, I wouldn't. Yeah, nah.
She don't need that.
I shouldn't be doing that.
Bartenders make good money.
I know, but I don't
But all money ain't good money.
But so
But
y'all
I'm
feel
gonna spend.
some type of way more
Still
about the
all
bartender
not-
than the
not
stripper?
good money.
No, not more. I don't
Cause
think
y'all
so.
got real extra with the bar. Nah, she ain't doing that.
No.
We had a whole conversation about stripping though.
Right. No,
So
I
if you
wouldn't do
met-
stripping or nothing.
So would you even entertain a
I
woman who's a
wouldn't want-
bartender
I
who
wouldn't-
liked you?
Right, no, right. I wouldn't want my woman to be. I wouldn't want to talk to a woman that had a job to where she get hollered at all the time.
I think that that's one of the main reasons why men like
Do you think that deals with insecurity? Your
like
insecurity?
men in different generations
her to-
back.
I want to be. secure
That's
with my
part
woman.
of the reason why they didn't want their women to work.
Yeah,
To not have their woman exposed to so many different people.
right.
You know what I mean? Like that, not just because you say you ain't smart enough to work. No, it's my woman is. I want her to be
Well, I was trying
exclusive.
to protect her. You can't protect her when she out there in the world. Like these niggas coming at her.
Y'all
all
are
different type of
hilarious.
ways. And how you gonna
You
protect
don't think
your
that's
woman?
true?
And
No, I
then,
think that deals
back
with
then
control
we
and
didn't
not-
have
and
phones.
not protection.
So now your woman out here.
That's more dealing with frame it how you want to frame it. It deals with more control and not
Yeah.
protection.
Man, your woman come home with a black eye. What you gonna do? You ain't got no phones.
That's why you didn't want me to be a teacher.
A teacher? Who didn't want
He
you
said
to-
that's why back in the day men didn't want their women to work, and you said yeah, protection.
Right.
That deals more with control than
But,
protection.
but at the same time,
So
I
don't
think
ask, then you don't want me to go to the grocery store.
but
you don't want me to go.
come in there and knock you out.
But
for talking crazy to their kid, and I'm
think
out
No, I
teaching
shouldn't
is
do
a-
nothing. I
I think
shouldn't-
teaching is one job that men would not mind their women doing because they wouldn't be interacting with so many men.
That's why.
that
So
would
it
be
has everything
interacting
to
with
do with
kids.
control.
It does. You're right.
Not protection.
You're not. You're right about it.
It's not.
Protecting you
You're
from
right.
these clown ass niggas.
Well, I don't need
What
your
you think is
protection.
control?
Yeah.
Why do I
Yes,
need
you
your
do.
protection?
It is.
Why?
Yes, you do.
And you don't need protection from these clown ass women?
Who?
You.
No.
Oh, okay. That's the problem. That's why most men
Because
get
I'm not
cheated. That's
around.
why men get
I'm not
cheated on
around
so
a bunch of
easily.
clown ass women when I'm in the field working. I'm
Right.
out here working. I'm not around women. Women at home. They should be at home. They shouldn't be out here working with me.
That's control. That's control.
Would you want your man to work around a lot of women?
I wouldn't care. I really wouldn't. I'm not a jealous person like that. I feel like if I commit to being with you, then I trust you and I trust my man.
Not you. Not you. But could you understand if a man had a job as like security at the strip club,
See,
or like the DJ at the strip club? If your man could either be the DJ at the strip club or the DJ for weddings, which one would you rather him do more? Either one is fine.
I don't care because I
You
know
make
women
more-
and
what
at
if
a
you make
wedding.
more at the strip club.
To me, listen, y'all have it twisted if y'all think DJ would get hit if my man, because my man is fine and he thebomb.com. So he gonna get hit on whether he at the wedding or at the strip club just as much. At the strip club, at least it's the regular people who know me. At every single wedding, it's a whole bunch of single women trying to get at my man. Like, what? The strip club is the regular strippers. They didn't see me coming there. They know me. I gotta go to every wedding with him. Like, women gonna get at my man regardless because he's the bomb. So
But do
I
you
don't
think
wanna
that
be
your
with a
man will
man.
be more easily enticed?
I don't think he's gonna be enticed. You
hit
know who I
up
am?
to
I don't
like
think
take
he's gonna
the
get enticed.
hit. Okay.
Let me be clear for real. I don't want to be with anybody who nobody else wants. Cause
That's true.
boo,
That's true.
I love being the one with somebody that I ain't gonna
I
say
wouldn't mind.
everybody wants.
Yeah.
Cause that
But
could be a
some
little
people want-
intimidating.
Yeah.
But like my man getting hit on, that's kind of flattering.
I wouldn't mind.
Hey.
You know what that is?
Okay.
You didn't want to be
the.
the.
The whole time. All day.
Oh.
She's working on some stuff.
What was you about to say?
I don't even know no more. What we talking about?
We was talking about just
A man working in a place getting hit.
well, we was saying like, is there any place that's off limits for your spouse to be working, or would it be understandable for a woman to be concerned if her man was working someplace? And you're saying no, there's no reason for a woman
No,
to
I'm-
be concerned no
I'm
matter where her
saying
man works.
This is what I'm saying. Which is probably a lot of
Is
people
there
don't
any
think like this.
situation where a woman
I feel
would be
like
concerned?
when if a woman or a man is saying to me, I don't want my woman or my man working there, and I'm like, why? And they're not giving a valid reason, like they cheated before, or it's just because you don't want them
They
to,
say-
then that
well,
has
they
more to
say,
do with
man,
you.
He's working at this strip club, and my anxiety just goes through the roof every time he leaves. I'm just so worried that
Worried about
Hey,
what?
I'm
Him
worried
cheating
he's
on
gonna
you?
cheat on her.
That
Yeah,
has
see,
more to do with you. No matter.
True, but I'm saying though,
I think no matter
is it
where
wrong for is it understandable for them to feel like that though?
It's not understandable in my opinion because this is how I feel. I feel like when people are very concerned all the time, if they're concerned he's working at the strip club, I just get anxiety. He didn't do anything for you to feel concerned. Then he stops working there. I think no matter where he works, if there's women around him, whether they're strippers or not, she's going to feel that way. And she needs to unpack that and get herself together because you fucking up your relationships.
But you don't think that it's
I
don't know. I mean, to me,
If
I
there's
just think
nothing
that
you
there's
did,
levels of
how
it,
about
though.
there's nothing that you did? I think that they're going to feel
going
that way
to
no
a
matter
strip
where you...
club in itself is like it could be.
What if you get good money, like he said?
I mean, okay, but you.
What
I
is
don't
paying
know.
for our house?
All
And now
I'm
we have
saying
to
is-
downgrade and everything
But
just 'cause
my
I'm jealous.
major overview in this whole talking about like her being concerned about where he works is I'm only giving credibility to the idea that it's okay for men to be concerned about where their women work without it being controlling. It's just a sense
Well,
of
I'm called it controlling when you said we
being-
didn't work at all.
right,
I don't think it's controlling when you're concerned.
right.
I think it's controlling when you,
Concerned to not let her work at all. Say no, no, no. You don't need to work
even though I want to work,
at.
I want to. Like it's boring
Yeah,
sitting at
so
home
it's-
doing nothing all
Yeah,
day.
just set up a business then. You can have your own business.
I don't want to run a business because that takes. I'd rather just
I
go.
don't want you working for no boss though. Like why your wife is working for a boss? It has to be a woman boss.
Oh my jeez, that's control.
Why is that control?
Is that why is that?
Why is it control? This is why it's control. So, I'm a teacher or I am a nurse. So the doctor is my boss or the whatever. The hospital is my boss if I'm a doctor. I love to do this. I don't want you having a boss. I don't care what you want because I enjoy doing this
So that's more about you having control or him.
of my own life. Why should anybody have control over me?
But
I have control over my own life because I like doing this.
But I thought
it fulfills me.
You're supposed to take your life and dedicate it to somebody else in order to
I
make
never
the
heard of
marriage
that.
work.
I'm not dedicating my life to nobody. I'm not doing that. We gonna
They should dedicate their lives to you.
But dedicating your life, if I don't know what that means, but if it means I have to give up my hopes and dreams for whatever to make you feel better, then I don't want to be with you because you're too insecure. That's too much for me not to be happy and fulfilled in the job I have.
Some reasonable things that he should ask her not to do? What about anything? Like, is there anything that he could ask her not to do that she likes to do?
I think that what you don't understand is you can ask me whatever you want to ask me.
Yeah.
You can't tell me to do anything.
True.
Because telling me means he
can't make her. He can't make her do anything.
But you can be concerned, and if we love each other, I should honor those concerns. However, if your concern is not going to, I don't know, like there are some jobs I think you could be concerned about, but you can't just say, I don't want you working for a man. Then change the system to where women are seen as equals and I'll work for more women.
Yeah.
Like, this is a male-dominated world. Half the time I'll be working for a man.
Well, what if your man just don't want you working for him because he want to be the only man that dominates you in this male-dominated world?
I don't want to be dominated at all.
Well, you're going to have to be dominated by somebody. You just said because this is a male-dominated world. So he don't want you to be dominated by these other dudes.
You want to dominate me?
Why would you want? Well, why would he want you? Yeah.
And he wants you to be the only woman that not dominates.
Why do y'all think that's
sexy?
Why do y'all think that's sexy and cute and why do y'all think that's sexy, cute and that's not sexy or cute or even attractive.
What's not sexy?
I wouldn't be with a man. I'm not gonna be with a man who wants to dominate everything that I do. He could dominate me in the bedroom, but he's not about to be dominating.
Not everything.
He's not about to be dominating me.
Just where you go.
Telling me where I work. If carpentry, my dad was a carpenter, his dad was a carpenter. We built cabins together and I just love it. And I'm teaching my kid how to do it. That's a male dominated field. And you're telling me I don't want you to do something I love. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm not going to be with a man like that.
A man like that.
Because that's control.
I think a man like that is it is.
You're keeping me from doing something I love.
I mean, I wouldn't like that very much. Hey, hold on, but look at this though. I wouldn't like that very much if the girls that work for me, if their boyfriend said, "You're not working up there anymore, not working for that man, that boss." Now I would try to tell him and say, "Hey, bro, listen. This is strictly business, and I do understand what you might mean. I might understand your concern, but I would
you think
give him a courtesy.
Would be?
Just the fact that I'm a man and I am in close proximity with his girlfriend every day.
So you don't think that has anything to do with jealousy and ego?
Absolutely, probably, yeah.
So
but you would understand that.
I would understand, yes. Like if my girl worked at a place like this, I would have a little bit of a concern.
Well, you need to get your life together.
What kind of place is this?
Just I am a legend, okay? And if I don't want my girl working around no damn fucking big old boss legend and king every day, coming home telling me about
some
legend and how much
I mean,
made.
That's crazy.
Right, I don't like it. Quit at once. Here, take this weed.
Right.
Me and her would have to start. She would have to start stripping.
You funny. I heard that.
That's funny.
I don't know. I just feel like people need to heal and unpack some things, and I feel like relationships will be much better, man.
Hey, would you want somebody to tell you they're gonna do something and not do it, or tell you they can't do it and do it anyway?
Tell me they can't do it and do it anyway.
Yeah, that's better. I mean, you get what you want at the end.
Because.
But why you don't want somebody to tell you they're gonna do something and then not
don't
come
do it?
through.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, that's.
What about you?
Yeah, it's a second.
Yeah, for sure.
Does it depend on anything?
Like what?
I can't do it and do it anyway. Well, I guess if somebody's telling you they can't do it, it's something you want. So I can't.
Yeah.
I can't give an example.
We do that type of stuff with business all the time. Like, say, I don't know if we're gonna be able to have your stuff done by this amount of time, but then like in my mind I know we can, but I give myself that cushion just in case
Yes.
something goes wrong and then come through for them. That's the best feeling in the world though.
It is.
To,
Yes, they did.
like clutch. Would you rather live a clutch life or an easy life? Just like easy all the time, or would you like your back to be against the wall and then boom,
Easy.
the good stuff comes through at the last moment?
Nope, easy for me. I do not like the anxiety.
Which one you like?
I like
Nina?
structure.
Hey, I probably want the good stuff to come through at the last moment because I just like
Sweet.
thrill.
Yeah,
You know
the
what I'm saying?
thrill.
That is
Oh, the
good.
Especially
thrill.
if I know it's gonna come through.
No,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like structure.
Oh, you don't know it's gonna come through.
But I
You
mean,
don't.
I
I
like
always come
structure.
through at the last moment.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
good.
Oh, what do I want?
He
Do
may
I
not
want
come when
easy
you want it,
or?
But he always on time.
Oh,
I feel
want
like
easy.
I feel like
I
you
want-
about to be having heart attacks at a young age
Yeah.
because all that adrenaline.
The clutch is the best thing.
Clutch.
Now.
It's the good, but you want it all the time. You rather have it all the time.
No, I would rather have more doses. I want all easy for the most part, but occasionally give me some
too.
clutch.
Me too.
But that ain't fair. Like you gotta even take either one, clutch or not.
Yeah, you gotta take boring life.
And so you rather have clutch.
I'd rather have a clutch life.
Damn, clutch is good, man.
I don't want a boring life. I don't think I would.
That's not boring. Easy isn't boring.
But hard time, I don't want no moments of hard times.
Me
though.
either.
I hate it, man. You want when you're going through a hard time, do you like it?
No.
Exactly.
But it's worth it if it's clutch.
It's worth it if you're coming out better on the other side. And most times you do come out better on the other side. So hard times are worth it.
Yeah. Hard times
I
do
don't
be
think
worth
so.
it. But hard times aren't worth it when I could have just did it easy.
Listen.
Like you would you
If you
rather
coulda did
would
it
you rather
easy-
be on a yacht just
I'm
laying
just
back,
saying, if you coulda
chilling,
done it
and
easy-
your rent
I
gets
did it
paid,
easy.
your rent gets
Yeah,
paid, or do
yeah.
you want to
I
go to
see-
work
I-
every day and then your boss tell you he don't know if you're going to get paid, but at the last moment, boom, it hits your account. Which one would you rather do? Sit on the yacht?
Yeah. Oh yeah. no,
Listen, I have 6 siblings. I'm the
Fucking
youngest.
goodness, a hard
All of the
time.
big mistakes they made.
Yeah,
I don't need that.
right.
I took the easy way every time.
Mhm.
Every time. I'm good.
Yeah,
I
took
like
the easy
structure.
way.
I do not like that.
I mean, we all gonna want the easy way, but the hard way makes you better, makes you stronger.
According to who?
I don't know if it
According
does,
to
man.
Sometimes
wears
it makes you
down.
bitter.
And
Sometimes
wears
it makes you
down.
hate women.
It wears you down too.
Or men. Or people.
So that's why you gotta
Or
have
life.
both. You gotta have a balance.
Well, he's saying ain't no balance. It's
Right,
one
if
or
it
the
ain't
other.
No balance. Right.
And easy people don't want to be around the clutch person.
Man.
Because they like,
They tell me
man,
your clutch.
you just like, bruh,
So having it
I need
easy all
this
the
to
time
come
makes
through.
you weak.
I
though.
need, does it though?
Yes. Yes.
I don't think
It
so.
does.
Yes.
I mean, you have to build strength. I mean, I don't
Easy.
know,
I
but
guess
like,
maybe.
would you rather been born rich or
Rich.
been poor,
Rich.
been poor and then get rich? Like,
Oh.
I'd rather be poor and get rich.
I'd rather be poor than get rich.
But
if I
it
had a
depends
choice
on
to
how
be
long
born
it took
rich
me
or
to
poor-
get rich.
Right. If I had to be
30
born rich or
years.
poor, I'd rather
30
be born
years,
rich.
I'd rather be born rich. 30 years is too long.
I'd rather be born rich if I had a choice.
Yeah.
that's
Poor
what
ain't no
I'm saying.
fun.
Fuck that.
No
Give me
eating.
that bread. I done been poor. I know
Me
how to
too,
be
me
poor.
too.
I was
Ate out of a
born rich.
trash
I was
can.
born poor.
Come home from school and all our stuff on the line. Nah, I'm good. I'd rather be rich.
So yeah.
I'd rather be rich and entitled. And people telling me you entitled. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure this out than being poor.
I'd rather be like a 5-year-old philanthropist.
Is there any advantage in
Give it
in
to
being,
these
is there
daycares.
any-
I'll give it to these daycares.
What's give me an advantage in being poor though?
There's no advantage.
I do. I think
No?
I do. I think poor people,
Like
me
in this
personally, I think poor people are more humble.
spiritual advantage.
Even, spiritually. I think they're more humble. I like being around poor people more. Like, I was going into the store at like 10 o'clock at night and this guy was like, "You got $1?" I said, "What you gonna do with the dollar?" Or whatever he asked. He said, "I really just want a beer." I said, "Cool." I'll get you a beer. What kind of beer you drink?
Mm-hmm.
Got him a beer. He was like, man, that's what's up. And we just had a quick conversation, but it was so like just down to earth rather than
Right.
a conversation. I mean, I don't know. This is probably stereotypical, but a conversation you might have with and maybe because I've never been rich.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if I was rich, those rich conversations wouldn't be so
That's
irritating.
the conversations that I look forward to. Because I would rather have a conversation with a rich nigga than a poor nigga any day. I would rather, come be around rich people.
Who
walk
don't
out the
really,
store.
aren't really,
And
Humble?
and we get to talking about developing this neighborhood instead of giving them $1. Give me a, you know what I'm saying?
I guess it depends on the rich people
It
too.
depends.
What rich
It
people too.
depends.
But do you think you could come from generations of wealth and be the kind of rich person who is?
I'd rather talk to rich than poor.
I think most rich people who can
I think
chop
you-
it up with anybody, most.
I think you got
Or
more
because they came up.
more to learn. I think you got maybe more to learn from somebody that's got riches, and then you can take that information and almost then have a conversation with the poor to kind of like bridge the gap. But
Do you think that people have a kind spirit and are down to earth naturally, or it's because of their environment and how they grew up? Do you think a person whose great grandma and grandfather was filthy rich and they are?
mm-hmm.
Do you think you could ever meet a person who came from that, who is like a regular person, like just?
I think being broke makes people more angry.
I do
Being
too.
broke, it's too frustrating. You can't
I think
really.
people who
You can't
I
be.
think it makes people angry, but I think
makes them whoop
I
their
think
kids.
Being like, I think rich people are more cynical. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like like it's kind of the evil.
Why? Why you
Okay.
think that?
Because they, like,
They be around.
yeah, they can't relate. And when
Mhm.
you can't relate to someone, then that person really tends not to matter as
Right.
much.
So is that
You
being
know what I'm
cynical
saying?
though? I thought,
So you do things to that person that
Inhumane.
that are inhumane.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Or
Like
cynical.
selling them McDonald's. Like
you
the
think-
people that are buying them the burgers from McDonald's, they don't see them as humans if they're
Right.
selling that food.
what
to them
rich
at all.
person do you like? A person who is maybe not like a millionaire with 20 million, but 6-figure millionaire
Mhm.
to a billionaire. Do you think any of them do you think the money that they're making all comes from honesty, honest things?
No.
So every 6-figure millionaire to billionaire, a portion of their money is coming from
A
from
negative
doing-
place.
yeah.
Yes.
I do too.
Yes.
I do too.
I mean, because you can almost look at any industry and have some type of problem with it. You can look at
Nike.
Nike. They say they got sweatshops. You
Yeah.
can look at
Yeah.
whatever. Amazon. They ain't paying their employees enough. Walmart. They got
What about
problems.
And they were funded.
Facebook. Huh?
What
funded.
about Bitcoin?
Bitcoin isn't an industry.
I mean,
If you got
Bitcoin-
billion,
But the thing about Bitcoin is the thing that people like criticize about Bitcoin is the lack of regulation. How so many people has
I
lost
see what
so
you're
much
saying.
money because it's been volatile. It doesn't mean that these perspectives are actually true, but to the person who has these perspectives, they think it's a scam. They think it's all of these different things. So I mean,
But
all I'm
just
saying is
but
any, the
but
church, you can
but
look
if
at
you-
that
if
with
you
a
made-
negative
if you
eye.
made if you made $100 million off of Bitcoin, a person could, but people out there that have made $100 million off of Bitcoin or became millionaires.
but how are they keeping it? How are they keeping their 100 million?
And
In
people
a-
have
in a
lost.
cold wallet.
People have lost millions.
No, I'm saying in order to keep it, you're gonna have to invest in something.
No, you don't. Now with Bitcoin, you just hold it, and it's gonna keep going up.
Okay,
Then you
that's
sell
an
it when it go
anomaly.
up, and then you.
I
buy it
mean,
back
but
when-
there-
How many
there-
Bitcoin
but there's been
millionaire
plenty-
billionaires do you think there are?
probably About
It-
600-700.
It's been people who have bought Bitcoin at a high and then it went back down. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And they lost millions of dollars
Well,
from it too.
not if they still have their Bitcoin today.
But they
But
could
the
say
point
they say
is-
I'm out of here. This is too much. Like after they lost, let's say that they
I'm
lost.
just saying,
Let's say
they
they
done-
lost 10 million.
They
But they
only
could have
lost
lost
if they
20.
sold. If they still hold on to that same Bitcoin that they bought.
Yeah, bro. But,
If they
But
got
the
that
point
Bitcoin
is-
today,
people will sell though.
But
bro.
the point is,
They
how is
sell
that
at a
evil
loss.
or negative?
They sell at a loss.
yeah.
But how is that evil or negative?
The perspective of how the person looks at it.
No, but I was talking about like their investments or there's some type of money that they're getting
Yeah.
that's coming from a private prison.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
I don't
Bitcoin
think
to me
I don't
isn't
think
that.
everybody out there. Yeah. I don't think all the people that's got over 100 million. I don't think all of them are involved in some shape.
What percentage?
I do.
Probably
Maybe they don't
I
think a
mean,
private
especially
prison
when we
is
start
shady.
looking at shit like societal type things and how you can look like a private prison. Like if you're looking at a private prison could be looked at as something that's needed in society and it's not evil at all. To the people who own the industry, people who are afraid of like criminals and stuff, they don't understand why you would say a private prison is a negative investment. But we look at it like, nah, that's causing over enforcement of the law in the
But I'm
community.
saying,
And
it's-
Or I'm
like
invested
putting
in
people
this-
There's real
you
estate
putting crack-
millionaires out there. Like it's people that's in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, but
That's
real
all
estate
wicked.
millionaires to me, if you are a six-figure millionaire or a billionaire off of real estate, you didn't gentrify somebody's community or participate in gentrification.
You got
So
something
is
somebody
that
could
wrong?
look at.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, to the person who sees it is wrong.
Yes,
Right.
it's wrong. Yes, it's
Right.
wrong.
Any industry got
Because
wrong. in it.
gentrification literally means allowing a community, taking resources away from a community to make it impoverished. So then you could go up and develop that community
I
and make
don't-
money off of it.
I don't think that's the literal definition. of
Gentrification.
Is it
I don't know. We're about to find out.
literally? We literally about to find out.
We're gonna
They're not like us.
literature.
So, but just to piggyback off of what you were saying earlier, is I'm really just kind of just talking right now, and I'm just kind of filling time until she finds just.
It's okay. It says the process whereby the character of a poor urban area is changed by wealthier people moving in, improving housing, and attracting new business, typically displacing current people in the process.
Literally.
So I'm not investing in this community. I'm not going to improve these houses and stuff or put a grocery store here or improve the educational system to make it better for the people who are there. I'm going to buy stuff and overprice it and make the property value go up. Yay. And then price people out of their homes so they can no longer live there.
So why are Black people still struggling to develop their own communities and do things to like better the communities that they're in? Instead of waiting on other people to come in and gentrify. Why are they not gentrifying their own neighborhoods?
How will they? If they don't have the funds to do so.
I mean, you can gentrify your neighborhood
By fixing it
by
up.
just fixing it up and
How?
making it look pretty, because a lot of people own their homes and they can just cut the grass.
So my property value is not
manicure
going to
the
go
grass.
up because all of us cut our grass.
and do home improvements.
Do home
I know I
improvement.
don't have the money to do a home improvement.
I mean, you got to do
So
it.
my property value
You
is going
gotta
to go.
get the money.
That's the problem.
No, it's
It
the
is the
challenge.
problem.
It's the challenge.
So here's the
It's a
challenge.
challenge.
Okay, but I guarantee you this. If you trace the challenge back to the root cause, if we do a root cause analysis,
Okay.
what do you think it's going to be?
What do you think?
Systematic racism.
Systemic racism?
Yes.
Is that the root cause for all of the problems in the community
Of poor people?
people?
I think 80% of it, yes. If you trace it back.
Racism?
This is what I'm going to tell
But
you.
can we overcome it? Can we overcome it enough to fix up our houses a little bit?
This is what I think. I think that
No.
when you know better,
Basically,
I think that when
I
you
think
know,
we can.
I think that when you know better, you do better. So if I, in fact, am pushing for people to go to the trades or pushing people, every time there's a lack in a certain area, factory jobs or trades or whatever, I'm going to go to a poor community and push that on them to get their kids to do that. Nobody who has money is telling their kids not to go to college.
Right.
Nobody. But guess who is? We are. I think that it's systematic. I think that when I am growing up and it seems as if at every instance, if I go to the doctor, the lack of healthy foods in my neighborhood, the lack of a good education, the lack of good health care, the lack of all these things that are systemic, it does something to you. It does something to your brain. If you did brain research, your environment informs how you show up. So if everything about my environment tells me I ain't shit, I get it. You could blame me and say, it's your fault that you're allowing this gentrification to happen. You're not fixing up your house. But how come we can't acknowledge the fact that your environment, when it has been proven, and I've heard one of y'all say something about the rats, it's been actually proven, but we don't never get acknowledged on that. So we always constantly keep asking why. We know why.
I think it has been acknowledged. I think the real question is, what do we do about it? Yeah. And I think people just acknowledge it, and other people, and no one knows what to do about it. So we're just going back in circles, or we go back to the beginning on, well, this is happening.
Change the system. And that's what you do about it.
But then
but guess what?
How do you change?
This is what I think happens. I think there are forces that are against underserved communities, whether they're black, white, and different. There are forces that are in place, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna call it forces to keep that community down, because as long as you're down, I'm benefiting and profiting off of you. And so what is the motivation for me to change the system? It's no motivation. So guess what I do? I'm going to put out stuff out. I'm going to continue to put stuff out about not voting. I'm going to continue to put stuff out about nothing's ever going to change. I'm going to continue to put stuff out about it's your fault. And we're going to keep going in circles. We know what to do to change it.
What?
Change the system. And we can change the system.
How can we change the system?
The system has, for a minute there, I thought, if you look at history, the system was changing, to me, at a more rapid pace than it is now. Because I feel like now we're moving backwards. Because there's rhetoric out there that says you can't change the system, that it is what it is.
So when was the system changing, and how?
All the way up through the 50s, the 60s, the 70s.
The system was changing because of what we were doing? Or
because of what we were doing.
The system was changing for better for us?
Yes.
Like how? Like what has gotten better since the 60s and 70s for us?
I believe that, let me say it like this. I think that some things have gotten better and some things
like what? Name something.
I think one thing that has gotten better is our right to live where we want to live, our right to go to the schools that we want to go to, our right to choose our educational options to some extent.
So what you mean? What does that look like? So you saying our right to do that? Like what? Like how,
our right to even vote?
How's that being measured? How can you measure that?
Your right to vote?
No, your right to do to all this stuff. So are you saying that?
So I'm saying maybe in the
that we were voting less back then?
Because I couldn't vote at a certain period of time.
In the 60s?
50s, 60s, 70s. When did women get the right to vote?
I'm not sure.
I don't think we had it in the 50s. 1913.
When did y'all get
I don't think we had our right to vote in the 50s.
I think certain women did. And certain women didn't. I think if it was a married woman, you couldn't vote because your husband...
No, it dealt with color. More with color. It didn't deal with no... No. You don't know that's not true, Broderick.
I think it was black people in Congress in the 1800s.
Men.
Black people in Congress in the 1800s. So that means that black people voted.
Why are you saying that? You said
All
women.
right, hold on.
Because you said it was color. Because I think if it was
I
color,
said
then,
women. We talking about women right
Yeah.
now.
okay, black women. You saying black women, white women was voting and black women wasn't?
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
So
Black women were the last subgroup to get the right to vote. Yes.
All right. This is going to close us out of here. This is going to close us out. Is it good enough for black people to just fix up their own neighborhoods? And even though they live in America, we know the system's against us. Isn't this still our country?
was
And
the
is it
1920s.
okay for us to fix up our neighborhoods and embrace America as being our own?
I think it's okay. Why wouldn't it be okay?
So the problems in our neighborhood, we can't fix them. And this is our country, this is our land, and fix up our neighborhoods and make this
No, you
place our
answered
own.
it wrong. Not can we make this our own? I don't think.
I mean,
To what extent can we make this our own?
no.
Because every chance in history where we did make things our own, it was burnt down, it was flooded, it was.
So why try?
I'm not
I
saying
think-
that, but
I
I'm
think-
asking
I
why
think
do we say
America-
that as if we haven't done it before?
I'm asking
Because we have.
I'm saying should we continue to do it?
I think the U.S.
We could.
in itself is like designed or it's embedded in the U.S. to be against the melanated people.
Yeah, that's
and
what we was founded.
That's something that's embedded in that system. So for us to say that we should embrace this system and be a part of this system, you really don't understand what part of the system you are if you saying that, because you are the part of the system that
You're a part
you're
of
the
it right
bottom.
now.
You're the part that get used. That you're the part that they go to, like what she was saying when they want to.
I don't.
Well, what was you saying when they
Has
want
this
to do
ever
the
happened to you?
relationship? Not yes. Look at our communities. I'm talking about as a
Have
whole.
whatever happened.
I'm talking about as a whole. I'm not talking about as
Just
an
felt like
individual.
you was okay. I
I'm
see what you're
not.
saying.
I'm talking about when they
I feel
like
like it right now.
say pushing drugs. They push drugs to this part of the community. They this is the part of the
Drugs,
community with
guns.
the lowest education. This is the part of the community with the most policing. This is the part of the community
You
with
do
the
all
most
that.
crime. You know
I
what
bet
I'm
if
saying?
you all the
Less
things they did to
resources.
our community, I bet if you put that in any community,
what portion
it
of
would
the
be-
blame do we deserve for the
I don't think we
position that
deserve-
we're in?
I mean, I think.
What
think
percentage?
far as-
Give me a percent.
I think far as the blame, I don't think because I don't
10%.
think we know. No, I
maybe
don't
not
think
even
no.
that much.
I don't think because I don't think we deserve any of the blame for the simple fact that we are dealing with forces that's out of our control. Like when you talking about like let's say something simple as simple
So
as
do you
as
think
advertising and subliminal messaging and things like that
and something
and that's the things that play a big part, because when you're talking about your environment and the things that you see in your environment and the things that you encounter and then these things are playing a part subliminally. They are releasing certain chemicals in your brain that we don't even understand.
brain research?
You know what I'm saying? Like this is stuff that I just saw a
If we
video
don't
about brain
understand
research.
it, then
So
how
let
do
me-
we know that it's?
No, I'm talking about we as
Because
as,
listen,
as a,
people
as
who
an
done
individual.
people who have done brain research have said if your if all you know is poverty, you're more likely to be impoverished when you get older too.
Okay.
Now, if that is the brain research shows that, then you would think that an American society would try to say, "Let me get
But there's
them out
plenty
of."
of examples of people who get
It's plenty of
rich
people-
and work hard.
It's plenty
and
of
overcome.
examples of people who hit the lottery too.
No, but it's plenty of
Because that's
examples.
what it's like saying that.
Do you know a person that I mean
Tell me
I give what you're saying is okay, listen, let me give what you're saying like some credit. Like I agree. I agree that the subliminal messaging is out there for us to take and we hear these things, and I do think that it does trap people. Like it tricks us and it makes us but we don't deserve any of the blame for listening to it, for allowing the kids to listen to
Well,
it,
let's
for
take that out. Wait a
walking
minute.
away from our children, from I'm saying like the ones that do. I'm saying, and white men do this too, but I'm just addressing us right
I'm
now.
not
I don't
saying
care
that.
about anybody
Hold
else.
on,
I'm only talking about us.
Let me ask you this.
So we don't deserve
I'm sorry.
any responsibility for our condition.
Let me say this to you. The same condition that we are here in America is the same condition that the natives are in Canada. Two different cultures, not black natives. But the same thing that happened to us happened to them. Two different groups of people.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take what happened to them and what happened to us and make it happen to the dominant culture and they don't fare out how we're faring out, then you can tell me that. But here are two different cultures. It has nothing to do with your skin color. It has everything to do with what has been done to your people.
Yeah.
How you've been the same stuff, like the same slavery, the same, put them all in the impoverished neighborhood, we're
getting a program ran on us.
Yes.
But do we so are they more intelligent than us in order to like manipulate us in such a way?
It's not about, I don't think so.
I think they have,
It's just
it
more
always
power.
come down to they have more resources. So it's
Yes.
it's like when you got more resources than someone, then you are basically, you're superior to that person.
Or
You know what I'm saying?
they're beholden to you.
Yeah,
I
beholden.
know. We can all
white
sit here-
white people got enough resources to become superior to black people, and now they're running technology on us, and we can't do anything to get ourselves out of it. They've just like completely just ran a whole mind game program.
It ain't
on
about
us.
that though.
I think
I know how to open a school and run one.
Mm-hmm.
But what if somebody keeps me from doing that? You know how to grow. He wants to grow his own oat garden.
Mm-hmm.
Go buy seeds, do all this. And then they're saying to him, you can't because of this regulation, that regulation. I got money to pay for this one. But they know I ain't gonna keep able to have, because I didn't make my money off the backs of slaves, so I don't have generational wealth. So I can't. It takes a lot to get these resources. It's
my
a
brother
lot.
he works for the federal government, and he's like high up, and he said this all the time. They don't ever tell people no. They just make it hard for that person and make it so hard that they don't want to do that anymore.
Right.
So it's like that's the technology that you're talking about. They're not gonna tell you no, you can't have a T-shirt, Kings. They're gonna say, okay, this is what it's gonna take for you to have it for you to get a T-shirt, Kings, and it's gonna be so hard that it's damn near impossible.
I might as well just keep working at GM.
You know
I'm
what I'm
putting my
saying?
family at risk. I can't pay my bills because I'm trying to. I know if I reach it, it's gonna benefit us. But how long can I keep trying to reach this
And
before
then-
I'm poor and destitute?
And then you got me sitting on the side blaming you for not getting the T-shirt, Kings, and saying that it's your fault. Well, don't you play a part? Is it a part that you can play, or is it a blame that you can take because you didn't get your T-shirt, Kings?
I mean, I hear what y'all saying, but I still think that we have the will to be able to just like do that shit. Like some of this shit is your willingness to let that shit trump you. Like if you really want it, then you could try to jump through those hoops, and then if you get
What if
shut
you can't
down,
pay your bills anymore? I'm in a situation right now.
I
Then
mean,
what you gonna do?
I
What
think
you
it's
gonna do?
possible.
I mean,
I think it's
you gonna
possible,
do something.
but I
You
just
gonna go get a regular job and say maybe this ain't worth it?
I think
that's true. But then, I mean, I think that you can. If there's a will, there's a way. I feel like that too. I mean, I do feel like that there is possibility for you to be able to. And I'm not saying this like honestly, look, all the shit that I got going on, and man, I am so lazy. I ain't gonna even lie, bro. Like I could be doing. Some of it is just like tired and burnout from working the same place for so long. But I am seriously like I spend a lot of time like either driving, going getting shit that I could be using being more resourceful. Sometimes I'm so tired I had to fucking just relax and go to sleep for a minute throughout the day. But if I know that I do that and I spend a time like watching TV, sometimes scrolling, if I was more willing and had the fucking right fortitude, then I feel like I could be further along. Like all the
What are you
my
giving up
position,
for that?
my position in life is based on my effort for the most part,
What
and my and like all the things that I'm not happy with in my life. It's really probably came from something that I put
That's
myself
what they
into.
want you to believe.
Right. 'Cause
Nah,
like,
it's
it's like,
true.
what if you was in the box, in the closet,
If that's the
in
case,
a room that's in the house?
Yes, I
So now,
understand.
but now they let you out of this box, and you're just in this closet that's in this room that's in this house, and you thinking you free just because you're out of the box, and you're looking at the people that's still in the box, and you're thinking that, oh, I'm free, because you're comparing yourself to the people that's in the box, and you don't really see the
It
bigger
takes
picture.
time,
of
though, you guys. Like it takes time to be great. It
How
takes
much time?
time. It takes as much time as it takes. But what we don't understand is like I'm not like that person I'm comparing myself to right now. Therefore, I'm not here. I'm not exalted. But it takes time. It takes a process. And yes, you have to go through hard times in order to
But
make
everybody-
in order to make yourself major. And so all I'm saying is like, yeah, you looking at we look at ourselves right now, and if it's not where we want to be, we feel like we in this messed up problem. But I think that a lot of people's problem is like they want their shit right now. So since they don't got it right now, they almost be like,
do
why
they want it
bother?
right now or they
Why
need it
try?
right now?
You need some stuff right now, but like to have a for real career, you have to put in work. You got to go to school. You got to get to know yourself. You got to see what you like to do. Then you got to educate yourself on how to do this thing. It might not require college.
So what you know?
It might
don't know
require
what you don't
YouTube
know.
University. Okay, but the person who wants something finds out how to do it. They do, like you.
Yeah, I'm not. You can't compare me. I
Why
learned that.
can't?
Because I think differently. I have a different mind.
But I know that, dog, and you
But
are
I don't
outstanding.
think-
You're
I'm not
outstanding.
saying because of that.
I ain't saying it either. I feel the same way about myself, but I am saying though, other people could. Like I didn't do any magic hocus
You want to know
pocus
the
trick.
crazy thing is?
Like like
We feel the same way, but you think. I think that.
mine was more like a God blessing miracle, like than yours. Like you built your stuff for real. Like you put in that work. Like me, I got a store almost given to me by the Most High. I mean, there's no other way.
Steward, though, but you was a good steward, and you kept that store.
I mean, I was a good steward
And-
and I kept it and but all I'm saying is like mine is something that I could be like, yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen to the average person, but there is a way. Like if I wouldn't have got this store, I would who knows what I would have done.
But what I'm asking-
I don't know.
Who knows
I don't
Let me
disagree
ask you
with
this.
What I've
though.
done.
I don't disagree with you, but what I'm saying is that it is a system out there that's in place to keep the majority of
People, not just black people.
Let me ask you a
I
question.
think people
Hold on,
in
let
this
me ask you a
world,
question.
right. I think it's people.
because like them
But
people in
but
Ukraine and
even
all
more
that, and
so-
Turkey, and
But I'm saying
like,
though,
they
even more so
not just
when it
living
comes
they-
to black people.
Melanated people.
When it comes to
I think we
melanated
focused on ourselves, but I think that man, like if we went to another country with everything that we got here, we would be looked at as upper class in some other countries because we got so
What
much
country?
stuff.
I know, but we're in this country.
I know we're
So
in this
we're just
country.
like we ain't gonna compare ourselves to other people
I
in
know
this
that, but
country.
all
We
I'm
can't
saying
compare
is-
ourselves to other people in other countries.
But
We're
when we
here.
want to look at like our suffering, we can put it to say like, okay, how bad is our suffering on a world scale? And then we look and compare how you
but
live
we ain't talking about
compared
suffering.
to people who are they
I didn't think
live.
we was
you know,
talking
being
about
held
suffering.
back.
I thought we was talking about what
Being
ownership
thankful,
do we
being
have?
great.
No, we
I
ain't.
think
That's
we
not
are
what we
being
talking
held back
about.
by the system.
We're talking about taking ownership of where we are in America right now, and the place we are mentally, financially,
Right.
in our neighborhoods and how they look. That's what we're talking about.
Right.
And so
we can fix up our neighborhoods.
So what I'm saying to you is this. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying when you say, read this, do that. But I also understand this, that if like he said, you're in a box in the closet, blah, blah, blah. The person who starts out in the bedroom is getting out the house quicker than the person who starts out in the box. And I get it. But what I'm sick of hearing us do is telling ourselves to get over that shit. It's like we're brothers and sisters and he got beat our whole life and I didn't. And I'm just keep telling him like, bruh, get over that.
Well, no,
Like,
I'm not saying that. I wouldn't say that. I'd say, bro, when you're done crying and you healed up, this is what you can do.
But what if I'm not telling him that? How come I'm not saying, bruh?
When you done crying,
no. How come I'm not saying? How come I'm not saying, bruh? Like I really feel you. Let me help pay for this trauma counselor, or this somebody to help you through this. But that's not what happens. What's happening is you've been through all this shit constantly in your life. And I keep telling you to get over that shit as if it doesn't have a psychological or health effect on you.
Yes, but
And
all
that's having a
people
more
are going through
psychological
this.
health effect because
All people are going through this. That's why the 1% is the 1%.
Well, I
The
guess that's why.
The 1% is the 1% because all people.
I guess that's.
so
are
do you
going through
hold on,
it.
hold on,
So
think
wait.
those woes are magnified by the 1%?
I mean, I'm not trying to say that bros and sisters don't have our own individual, unique concerns and challenges. I know that we do.
I just.
But
feel,
what I'm saying is, that, I
yeah,
get that. I get that. But I've been saying,
It's not one person from another race than black in America that would say, "Make me black." Name a person in our culture. I don't care if you're Chinese, Japanese, Italian, whatever. Mm-hmm. Name a group of people who will trade places with us, and then I'm on you.
I don't think that would.
In America,
why not though? If it's shit, get it how you live. You could change that shit. They ain't gonna want to do it because they know the brain research. They know all the research shows that you're more likely to be where you are if you're in an environment that tells you ain't shit. And I'm being very surface level when I say
don't you think that it's kind of cool to be black though?
I do. I wouldn't want to be no other color.
So, but it's just because they don't see the treasure, don't mean that the treasure.
It's not that they don't see it;
though.
they know the truth, and so do we.
It's not even a truth though. Like that's only in America though.
So how would you say?
I know,
you don't
but that's what we're
color,
talking about.
I mean, I know that's true. That's true, but I don't know that people wouldn't want to be black.
I do.
I don't think that that's just a universal answer to yes.
I mean,
put it on the poll. How many people out of 10, if they're another race, would choose to be black? How many?
Choose to be black forever. You can't ever go back to being the race you are.
Right. You say 0.
You're in America.
In America.
Because I need us to find 10 people. 10 people, please. Go find 10 people out there who are not black who would tell you, and you would believe them, that they would say, I would be born black in America and stay that way for the rest of my life.
And grew up however they grew up.
Yeah.
However they grew up.
Yeah, exactly.
You just grew up.
All black people don't grow up in the project.
I didn't say that.
All black people are not poor.
Not saying that either.
Shit.
But I'm just saying.
I'm just saying for a person that's not black
you
to trade.
You don't think there's no black people that would want to live a life like LeBron James and Kevin Durant?
Live a life like him, not black.
I'm talking about live their life as black. Live in their town, in their community as a black person. Right. Not in LeBron James's body. They live in their black body, in their own community, in their own town where they live at now, where they grew up. But they just the only thing.
So I'm the principal of Oakland.
Well, hold on. So you mean to tell me now the person that says that they're black has to grow up in an all-white community?
Nah, I'm just saying you grew up.
I mean, how are we gonna do that when a black person is growing? Because when you're poor, you don't even know you're poor until somebody tells you.
No,
It's like all of this shit that
We're
people
not
like
talking
just
about
trying
poor.
to image on black people. Like I grew
We're not
up
talking
in
about
the
poor,
projects,
though.
poor, black, and I had absolutely no idea that we
We're
were
not
poor
talking about
whatsoever.
that. We're
That's
not
true.
talking about that.
So what? So what would be the difference if a white person changed to be black and grew up around other black people? You guys all had your own same social circles.
Ask them that.
It would.
Ask them that.
They would do it. They wouldn't care.
Well, we gonna see.
I'm
Ask
talking
them
about,
that.
I'm talking about knowing
Ask
what they
them
know
that.
now, like knowing like how they grew up, how with the environment
In
that they grew up in,
2024?
they want to switch.
In 2024?
They want to switch.
So listen. In
Black
20
people
in
is
20
just as good.
in
Black people is-
2024.
Black people, white people certainly don't feel like black people are being held back.
They
I
don't
don't
feel
think
like
so.
it because they're white, and I bet they still wouldn't change places.
I bet you they would.
I
They
don't
would. They
think
don't
black
think
people-
black people are being
No,
held back. They think black
honestly,
people get
I don't think
special
black people
treatment.
are being held back as individuals. I don't think that. I think black people are
being held back as a community.
as a community, not as individuals.
I think black people don't nurture American communities enough because we don't see ourselves as Americans, so we just don't really give a fuck about this because we got
Name
so
what?
much
I
bad
don't agree.
blood.
How
We
we
got so
definitely
much.
know we're not
I
accepted.
understand our psychology in that, but I'm just saying though, if we understood that this is our land and our grandkids are going to have this land and your great grandkids are going to have this land, so build it. Don't be afraid to build your land and keep your place nice because this is your shit. Then
How can you
convince
understand?
someone
Who-
that this is theirs when someone else can come take it from you?
And it has.
you think that you're an American, bro. You said that you were native to this land. You're not an African.
But what I'm saying though, how can I convince you that this is yours? If,
When throughout
if
history-
you know someone can come take it from you.
And it has been proven it
But
has
if they
happened.
can take it from anybody though, bro, not just black people. You don't see yourself. This is our land. This is
I just
our
can't wait to see
indigenous
who's gonna- I can't wait
But
to
I'm
see who's
just
gonna
okay.
log
even
in and say they
for,
want to
for
be black.
anybody. How can anybody feel
Please,
like
y'all,
that?
please. I need you to
I
find
think
10
being
that's
black
what I'm
is
saying. How
so
can
being
anybody
black
feel
is
like
so
that?
look, I understand like being this terminology of saying like, oh, I'm a black person and this and that. To me, it's like some label that I listen to and it's weird. But one thing about being black is this. Almost all the time when you are talking to white people, you always feel like they are aware that you're black. And there's an awareness, like it's
Right.
it's always like some type of
Just like we're aware we're black, but they're not aware they're white
exactly.
because they don't have to be aware.
But they are when they come into the presence of a black person.
Yes, but not just
You
in that-
only are aware that you're
We're
black when
always
you come
aware.
into the opposite. I'm not aware when I'm not around a white person.
I am. I'm always aware I'm black because I'm always around a white
When
person.
we all together, you think that you black?
Right now,
Yeah.
yes, because I know my. I
don't think nothing about it.
I do.
I don't think nothing about it. Like I'm not thinking.
I
like,
guess if
Because
you're
you're
not.
comfortable.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying when we're around each other. But when you are in contact, there just because this thing has been like introduced into our society. Yeah.
Hold on, let me
Let's
say
go.
this.
No, the
We
hour
are
goes.
always cognizant that we're black. In this moment right here, if we're just playing cards or whatever, but we're always cognizant that we are black. It can't like
comfortable. We
I
just
don't
get
care if
nervous
all
until
three of
white
us
people
walked
pull
into
up.
a store together. We know we're black walking into the store. Right here, sitting here. But I think right now I'm always cognizant that I'm black because I know when I leave out of your store.
Yeah.
So it'll never last too long that I don't know I'm black.
Is
Because
that
when
a-
a white person pull up, then you was like, okay, now you guys, now you
Or when I go to work.
uncomfortable.
Or when I go to the store. Or when I go to a market. I mean, when I go home, I know. Because of my neighbor, like
Huh.
Because you're reminded of it every
all the
day.
time. And
And
I'm
like, oh,
telling
this
you,
is what I
because
was
I've
gonna
been
say.
to a black country.
This is what I was gonna
and
say.
it was like a weight was lifted off of me.
Like they got
So-
something called the broken window syndrome. Have you ever heard of that?
I think so, but tell me. I
It's
think
like
you told me
when-
about this before.
When you're in a nice neighborhood and one house, let's say it's vacant, and the window gets broken, If that window stays broken for too long, then it's gonna be other windows in that neighborhood broken. That's what the broken window syndrome, and it's gonna, and you know what I'm saying. But then to add to that, like she was saying, your environment. If you're in an environment to where you're always seeing abandoned houses and broken windows and things like that, then you're gonna come accustomed and feel like that's what that's a part of who you are. That's your level. And it's going to be a negative effect on you because of your environment. You're seeing these negative images in your environment. So, full circle is they know this. When I say they, I'm talking about the government. This is research that has been done, and it's out there, and it's been out there for a while. So, with that being said, they still allow our community to have these broken windows, this broken window syndrome. They even tear down houses and leave houses there sitting. They leave houses
You seen them?
unboarded up. And only in our community though. This is only in our community. So these
Who's
are
leaving them?
the government. Our government.
The government is?
Our
So
city.
if the city tears a house down
Yeah.
and
They
leaves
gotta-
it,
yeah.
I bet they're not doing that in Kettering.
Right.
Right.
And when they pick up the
or
trash
any
in the
other part of Montgomery County.
when they pick up the trash and trash falls out the like dump and these trash falls not in the big trash can or in the alley, I bet they ain't leaving that in the alley. I might be wrong in Oakwood, but our trash they just leave it. The city, and then it's like it's your fault, your neighborhood. What about this bando next to me that we've been
The bandos are a problem.
that
The
I've been
bandos are a
calling
problem.
and writing
But it's-
downtown and asking you to fix and asking you to tear down and telling you there's people over there. You don't do nothing about it.
They might have had the resources to do all of that though. Like people gotta.
They got the resources to pay for that. They got the resources
and
to-
it's the people's fault too, though.
Whose fault?
It's the people that's like tearing down the houses, busting the windows out, like making
No, we're
leaving
saying-
trash,
we're
not littering,
saying-
saying the city should pick up the trash in
We're
my
saying the
alley when
city
it's right
literally
there. You
tear
can
a
just
house-
put it in your trash
A
can.
city literally tear a house down and leave
Yeah,
it
that's
there.
wrong. That's wrong. I'm not absolving the city.
I'm
but
just
all
saying,
I'm
I
saying
done
is,
seen about 4 or 5 of them in my
people
neighborhood.
share the responsibility, and they gotta fix their neighborhood up. They got to show some pride in their neighborhood. They got to make sure that they house in their neighborhood.
I see
is
nice
safe.
houses in my
They gotta
street.
quit feeling like they.
then it's
they
another-
a punk
and then it's
for
other
not
things.
I see
pointing
all
out-
kinds of nice
It's like
stuff on my
things,
street.
too.
like,
know,
like
like,
man,
the
we got
majority
like
of
some
people
bad
live
the psychology that you say gets ran on us, all with the subliminal shit is like telling people that they are a punk for keeping their neighborhood clean or rooting out drug
I don't
dealers
hear
and
people
violence,
saying
and
that.
they call them snitches and say that when people
When they're little kids, no adults are doing that.
man, this is a
but
serious
I'm
adult
saying by Princeton,
conversation
by
about
Hoover, they got a whole neighborhood. This lady who texted me now, she got a whole Westwood neighborhood. They do
Yes,
cleanup.
that's good.
That
That's
is a
perfect.
culture. Though.
They do
That's a
cleanups. They
culture.
do
There's
all
no
kinds of
snitching.
stuff, but that ain't.
And that's
I'm not
a culture.
saying it's
and
not.
Then, and then it's like in our community, we do have these different subcultures that we subscribe to because you got most of our youth subscribing to this drill culture.
You're saying most of our youth.
Well, a lot of our youth. I'm gonna say
Some,
that.
some,
Some of our youth
some.
out here are striving to
a few of our
culture.
it's a small portion,
But then
but
it's
they
other cultures
exploit
out
it
here.
to make it seem like
They
it's much
do.
more than what
We're
it
always
really
exploiting
is.
the
So,
negative
but
and
what
making
I'm saying-
people blame on ourselves.
We do.
But to finish my thought though, it's other cultures out here that the youth strive to also, like with sports and things like that, and it comes down to this is what I want to tell the people because it's not just the youth. There's some grown ass people out here that think they are thugs and gang and all of that, but it's that part, like the culture you choose to subscribe to. So if you are here running around like you gang and you 30 years old, grown ass man, grown ass woman, and you still on that, you still subscribing to this culture, and this is the type of, when I say that, I mean this is the type of music you listen to. These are the type of places you hang out. This is you know what I'm saying. You wearing those type of clothes, and you thinking you got that type of mindset on you want to be a gang or a thug or whatever. You know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying. That's what you choose to. That's what you choose to get into. and then it's another side of our community that's on like all of the positive things, or even spiritual. It's a spiritual culture, but it's all about what you choose to get into and the things that you choose to let into your life and into your algorithm, and we just have to get away from all these negative things, and I mean get away from people that's being like
I
that.
feel like we more positive than negative. Like when I walk through my
I think so, too.
neighborhood, Princeton, when I go in Westwood, but let everybody else tell it. It's drive-bys going on every day.
It ain't none of
Westwood, but when I'm walking through, like when I knocked on doors for Shanice, it wasn't nowhere I was scared to go. But the way when I hear people talk, it's like, damn,
it's a
like
war
it's
zone.
a war zone out
duck
here.
down. Be careful. Don't do this. No, it's not
But
true.
it is
But that's
poverty
what's
out there,
highlighted.
and it's hard.
I'm
to
not
change
saying
the
it's
community.
not.
is
And it's
poverty.
hard to change the community without money. So
Yeah, I
it's
agree
like,
with that.
Like that's kind of like a catch-22. Like you
We
can't
got to
just
get
say-
money.
Yeah,
You got to. Yeah, go get
So-
money. All right,
Okay.
y'all. We out of here. All right. Like, subscribe, ring the bell notifications. You know what I'm saying?
Please find somebody who want to be black.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Put it in the comments below. Out of 10 people that's not black, how many of them would
Switch places.
be black if they had the chance to do that?
Forever. They can't go back to their race.
Right. Forever. Would you change your race if you had a chance to?
No, I wouldn't.
With all of the stuff that you go through.
But I bet it's more black people who would change their race than are any other race that would change. Black people too.
I don't think most black people would not change their
I
race.
would-
They already
I
doing
wouldn't-
it.
I wouldn't do it.
They
I'd do
doing it as we
secretly.
speak. They are
You would do it
assimilating.
secretly.
Yeah, if I didn't, like, if I was like in witness protection, I wouldn't be able to see nobody.
Boy,
But I wouldn't just go start bleaching my skin or no shit like that. Like
No, like if you could just poof, be a white man.
just be a white man. Like nah, I don't think I would ever want to be. No.
A Chinese man. Puerto Rican.
I don't know,
Hawaiian.
you know what though? For real. I love being black.
Me too.
That's what I'm saying. I think that it's cool. I
love
don't
being
know.
black. I don't even.
It's cool.
So maybe when nobody else want to change their race either.
Yeah, I don't think people would want to change their race like we wouldn't. Because
But I do
don't know, like
think
I
it's
said,
more of
like,
us.
we
It's
go
more
through
of
our
us that
shit.
would change. It's more of us that would say, "Shoot, I'll be white."
Man,
than
black
it is-
people are the coolest people on the planet.
I think it is. Like I
It's
think
more black people would
wanna be
say,
white because
"Shoot,
they're
I'll be
greatest."
white.
Just like I was saying earlier
About easy
it
life.
would be easier.
The
Yeah.
easy
Black
life.
people,
The
if
chances
you
of
would
you having an
change,
easier life, yes.
if you could change and be white, put that in the chat or whatever.
Okay, let me say this though. All right, so people might change because of finances, and they feel like they got an easier life. But if everything was equal,
Well, no.
if everything was equal except like our characteristics and our personalities and how we act, how many people would be black then?
We would say
Everybody.
if everything about us wasn't criminalized, everybody would want to be us.
Exactly.
But everything about us is criminalized.
Everything.
I don't know.
Listen,
What's not?
how many people? You used to be that.
By who?
When my
though?
friend used to work at
By the
Right Back.
media?
Listen, when my friend used to
By
work
the
at Right
fake
Back Credit
news?
Union,
Are we still recording?
Yeah, we out of here, y'all.
We out.
All right.